starting up here. So, again, welcome back, everybody, to the stream. Again, I'm joined by Sign. How are you doing again?
Hello.
I'm just going to ask you again. Just because I feel like asking you again.
I'm doing good. And again, how are you doing?
I mean, from an hour ago, I'm not doing so good, you know. It's been an hour has gone by. That means I'm 1 hour closer to death. And that was a little deep, but it had to be said. And I'm gonna probably stop talking now because I'm getting a little bit too.
It's too late to get
too late
existential.
Yeah, it's too late to get emotional like this. I might just start crying, as the first map ban will come out. Not map ban, but this is an operator ban. As will be the Nomad. So it's gonna be the same as it was the last map. I'm gonna have to reset these. I'm gonna put Nomad on.
Yeah, no surprise, as Nomad is just a very big force to be reckoned with, kind of shutting off jump outs and rotations, as well as just flanks from the defenders in general.
Montaigne as well. Looks like they might have a Montaigne man on their team. A Montaigne main on their team is Kaino might be. I guess he's the Montaigne main. Valkyrie.
We'll have, yeah. Again, not surprising, just denying a little bit of the intel from the defenders, and Valkyrie is just very good on a lot of maps. This one and Consulate are really two of her best ones. Of course, she is just very good on most maps, but again, just this map and Consulate in particular, there's just loads of places outside that you can't place those cameras that are so hard to really spot without an IQ.
Will be the Echo. So it's going to be the same two defensive bans as last map. The exact same.
There's only one band that is different, that is the Montaigne. I do not remember what that operator was.
The Montaigne, it was Capital.
Yeah, so almost identical bands from the previous matchup. Not very surprising, as really all of these operators are very high in utility and just very useful in their own rights.
All these operators will cause some sort of havoc. As we will see a 6-pick from a Thermite to the Ash. So definitely.
That's not very surprising.
Yeah, not very surprising, but
attackers need to locate and defuse as
especially
many bombs
considering
as they can.
Throw's performance in the previous matchup.
Well, also you don't need the double hard breacher, but I just don't understand the point of 6-picking from a Thermite.
Yeah, true. Doesn't really need to be hidden, but I suppose it's kind of like a last.
I don't understand why you're hiding your Ash, unless he just like didn't
barbed wire going up.
Unless he just didn't realize that they had a hard breacher, and so like 6-pick Ash, you know.
Yeah, true. On this map, really, you don't need a hard breacher, as Coastline is just a very frag-heavy map. And that being said, I really think that S7 has the edge, at least from what I've seen in the matchups that I've seen. Not only just VODs from them playing qualifiers, but also the previous match. Specifically, Throw and Nosk just doing very well at just really winning their ones and providing really entries for their team in general.
Oh, the name on my stream is wrong. I gotta fix this. Hold on. You guys aren't gonna be able to hear my game for a second.
Moving into the round, though, we'll have Sonar, who did get picked off very early on by GMZ. Throw will manage to get a refrag onto boosters using the G36C with the ACOG, no doubt, as after that change from the R4C getting its ACOG removed, a lot of players have opted to switch to the G36C, even though it being objectively not as good, having that access to that ACOG site just make it a better pick in certain scenarios. Motive just barely missing some shots there on a GMZ, a missed opportunity for a kill there. I believe that was a Mozzie just vaulting over the main stairs and just escaping with his life. Very close there, as Mean was really looking for that kill. If only it wasn't for that new mine that was inside of his foot, that could have been a free kill for him. But half the round left. Upstairs control has been forfeited to the attack. attackers. With Mean on the buck, he will have plenty of utility to expend to open up this floor. Try and look for some peek downs onto the players below in the site. We have Throw getting into engagement with GMZ through the floor there. GMZ will ultimately escape with his life, being on very low HP and dealing with a little bit of damage to the Ash. Dexter will manage to pick up the second kill for himself, second kill for his team on the round. On to Nosk, though. It's your main fragger, other than Throw off the board. Lucas will manage to add to the carnage by getting a kill on the Throw, now leaving us in a 4 versus 2 situation. 50 seconds left. S7 is going to need to make something magical happen in order to salvage this round.
Yeah, and it doesn't look like Mean has the angles here. Looks like they're just playing underneath. I mean, they just don't have enough holes in this round. Cole is going to find one on to Motive. Might even find a second one. Yes, a nice round there by Red Wolf Esports. We're getting almost to a flawless round, only losing one early on.
The spawn peak in the beginning was definitely very unfortunate. Believe that was Motive who did get picked off on the Thatcher. Of all players, was definitely really the highest utility operator and really the worst operator that you could have had get spawn peaked there. He didn't dish any damage to GMZ in return, so I don't know if it was just him being really unaware of that peak or really just missing his shots or whatever the case may be. Still unfortunate, very early loss for the team. There, Mean didn't have the holes in the correct positions, and because of that, he wasn't able to actually capitalize on the upstairs control and get a pick. Once again, we'll have a 6 pick to the Ash, this time Motive, switching on to the Ash, promoting himself, and Sonar now going to a higher utility operator on Ways of the Sophia.
Bomb located by attackers.
It looks like Lucas
Is he making a rotate hole there, or oh no, it's on the wall. Never mind. Unfortunate there. May be able to shoot the ceiling around it and get it to fall down. Can't. That's again an unfortunate loss of utility right there, but nothing too major.
Attackers are moving to defuse the bomb.
Yeah,
Still trying to plan this.
Shoot it too, of course. He's got utility he has to put down. Hasn't put the has already captured a drone, and it looks like I mean that's definitely gonna be useful for the latter part of this round. It looks like Gems is gonna be trying to rotate into the I don't even know I forget what you is it your service entrance? Yeah, service entrance. Both operators will deal about the same damage to each other as Throw will decide to go for it. It's a wise choice by the Jackal players. I mean, he's not sure exactly where this defense is set up downstairs.
Some droning coming out from Throw here, just kind of droning himself in. Does look like a drone will come into Sunrise, and Dexter going for a peek, but not looking in the right position. Will get picked off before Nosk also adds to it by getting the kill for himself on Control. That's your Smoke and Ella off the board, losing your Smoke that early on, which is really your only source of plant denial, especially after Lucas has lost his Nitrocell already. Not really anything to really slow this push down besides some mines placed down by GMZ. Lucas will manage to get a refrag that one to Sonar, and Throw being on so low HP, this could be equalized very quickly by the defense.
Yeah, Gems is still trying to hold on to Cool Lab steps as he rotates just up to between the pots here. Still trying to hold on to that, but it's going to be Mean who gets the kill on to boosters. But such low HP on both the Ash and the Jackal that even Goo Mines could possibly end this off. With a nice flank hole being held here, a nice cross being held. It's going to be Dias that gets the kill on the Motive with the play. Oh! Dias slaps down Nosk on that upside down rappel. Nosk had all of the advantage and all of the time to hit those shots, but he will miss them, unfortunately, as it's going to make this a 2v2 with about a minute left and still about 1 HP. Still, maybe a Goo Mine might kill Throw, but maybe at least 2 as Throw is going to try to get reset here. There are at least 2, both of those smoke canisters, and we could possibly see a run out here. As I mean, that's going to give away the position of this reset. But Throw will not die to lead. Trap health to die to 2, but it's not gonna matter. It's a nice shot from Jims through the. I believe there was a hole in the wall there. Takes the head right off of the Jackal, but it's gonna be Mean now. He's rotated up to the Cool Vibe steps, and it looks like the Legion is aware of this. It's about to come out. He's gonna go for the kill. Yes, it's Jims with a nice 3K, I believe. Gonna put that second round in favor of his team as well.
I believe that was a 2K from GMZ and a 3K from the Mozzie.
Okay, yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're
not
right.
wrong.
Yeah, it was a 3K from the Mozzie.
Still, nonetheless, a very good 2v4 clutch. Again, those two players being on so low HP after ultimately still winning their gunfights were on very low HP, so they were easy pickings for the remaining defenders. Managed to equalize it there, and ultimately, again, with the Jackal on 1 hit of health, there wasn't a whole lot he could have done in that situation, leaving it all up to me on the gridlock, and there wasn't really a whole lot of avenues that he could have pushed in, so just kind of went for a Hail Mary cool vibes push, but the Legion, being aware of it, whether through sound or cameras or goon mines or whatever it may have been, still a good read from him
Attackers need to
nonetheless,
locate and
and
defuse as
a
many
clean
bombs as
round,
they can.
at least towards the end there, from,
Bomb located by attackers.
what's the team name? Apologies. Red Wolf, there you
Red
go.
Wolf,
Red Wolf. Still stuck in the previous matchup, I was about to say.
Yeah.
B team.
I almost. What is their name? I went to go look here and it's not there. Where is it? So it's on my second monitor. That's where it is. Could we see some aggressive plays from Dexter here?
10 seconds remaining.
But
Dexter being promoted to
5
Doc
seconds
after
remaining.
GMC did utilize him to get a spawn peek in the very first round of this
Attackers'
matchup.
objective is to defuse the bomb.
Surprisingly, the defense winning both of their first two sites, both Kitchen and Hookah Lounge. Usually you only see the Kitchen defense won, and then all the rest of them really lost, besides a Penthouse of Mirror is not banned, which he has gone unbanned, so it's kind of surprising that we haven't seen Penthouse site for any of the defenses so far. Red Wolf.
yeah, it looks like they're gonna try to take from the office and or slash Aquarium as throw up on the first kill there onto Jim. So that's gonna be an early pick. No clutch ability from that Legion. As still got Dias Lucas on that Mozzie playing just inside of the office. Some aggressive peeks coming out from Kroll as he's just peeking the blue bar
Attackers
window.
drop the diffuser.
Lucky that someone wasn't cut that off, or otherwise probably would be without the head now. But again, I'm only a minute in. The first pick already off the board for S7, so it looks a little bit stronger to start off. We're going to have the push. I mean, it looks like they've taken full control of the top floor. The only roamer right now is boosters. I guess they do have
Attackers will
Lucas as
cover the
well
bomb
inside of
diffuser.
security, but this could easily be cut off by any of the attackers here as long as they just apply pressure to it. That's going to be Dexter. He'll find the first kill for his team though. He might find the second though, but it's going to be Nos with that SMG 12 in hand, able to control that recoil enough to get the headshot.
Doorway secured.
Very nice kill from Nos there, of course, when he has gunfights as he was doing in the previous matchup, and other matchups that I've seen in the past. Will choose to jump out of the window as Jaeger Boosters is trying to go for a refrag. Will not be able to get a sight line onto him as I said, he has jumped out the window. Boosters will end up falling back outside of the Sunrise Bar, and Mean, whether he knows it or not, is just right around the corner from Boosters, and if he peeks just a little bit wider, he might be able to pick a kill. Be able to pick him up. Drone coming out there from Motive. Don't know if it's actually spotted Boosters. If he goes on drone here, then Mean could get picked off, and he will get picked off before fucking Boosters gets a second kill there onto Nosk. Very nice play from Boosters there. Poor droning there before Lucas gets a kill for himself as well. Onto Motive leading it all. Gets thrown a 1 versus 2 here. He does get injured and will not be able to pick himself up as Boosters gets a nice 3K for himself.
A very excellent round by the Jaeger to pick up, like I said, 3 kills for his team and 3-0. Dominant so far from Red Wolf Esports.
A 3 rounds in a row won by the defense. Definitely very rare to see, especially on a map such as Coastline, which again is generally attacker favored. And very frag heavy map, which I would expect S7 to excel on, but simply really just Red Wolf is doing just that, is just out fragging them. And a lot of these rounds are being won towards the end, where it's just been a few players left on Red Wolf besides that
Attackers
previous
need to
one
locate
that
and
have
defuse
really
as
been
many
left to
bombs as they
clutch
can.
up. Mainly the second round really was down to a 2 versus 4, and they managed to pull that back,
Bomb
just
located
based
by
off the fact that
attackers.
2 players were on very low HP.
Yeah.
Having gone through their whole site rotation, they of course will be off to go back to their primary bomb site, which is that kitchen service.
I like this hold inside a theater. It really applies pressure without too much risk, because you can easily rotate through this rotation hole
10
up
seconds
to top
remaining.
white and rotate down the main lobby. As long as there's somebody holding it from the lobby,
5
this double
seconds
door
remaining.
shouldn't be too big of an issue, and it looks like that will be, I would assume that's going to be the plan as well.
Attackers are heading
It's
out
kind of
to
a,
defuse the bomb.
two-step process for this. You take control up top, and then you start to make your way down. So if you waste their time up top, it makes their time for execution a little bit shorter. So more time to waste it here, but it looks like it could just be a rush. S7 is going to Zofia open the wall, but not actually going to push it very aggressively, as no utility will come out after that. And, oh my god. Kroll, with that angle on the bomb, just fries through the Blackbeard shield and right through the head of Sonar. So that's a very unfortunate kill very early on, as it looks like he might even go for another one, as Circus will take down Motive, but Mean will shut him down immediately from that main window, as Nosk finds one for himself as well. He's actually inside of the site. He's going to take a little bit of damage out onto the smoke, but eat damage as well. It's going to be Throw who just hops in and finds 2. It leaves us all up to boosters coming in from the blue bar. Doesn't know where Nosk is, so a quick round from Nosk as they just rushed into the site.
Very nice round there from 7 Spades, realizing that there's so much dedicated to holding the top floor and ultimately really just brute forcing their way into the site itself. The upstairs hold didn't waste any time or really do anything to affect the round. Ultimately, just kind of a waste of manpower, leaving the roamers offsite having to retake in a very unfavorable position there towards the end.
Definitely an unfavorable position for a 1v3 against all those operators in the plant going down. So
Yeah, Nas there, kind of just pushing his way into sight, being the lone flanker. There wasn't anybody holding Sunrise Bar, which allowed him
Attackers need to
literally
locate
to
and
just
defuse
walk
as many
straight
bombs
into
as they
kitchen,
can.
get a kill, and almost get a second one. Distracted that player who was inside service just enough for Throw to just run
Bomb
right
located
into
by
kitchen
attackers.
service and manage to pick up 2 kills onto the remaining players on site, leaving it all up to boosters, having to rotate back from the top floor hold, and really just getting picked off very easily. The 7 will pick up their first round, still being down 2 rounds at a scoreline of 1-3 though. Red Wolf will be opting to go back to kitchen and kitchen service, hopefully making some changes for the better to try and make this site work this time around.
5 seconds to go. Attackers are moving to defuse a bomb.
it looks like they're going to be heavy on this room again inside a theater, but again, that's not where the attack came from last time. It came straight through the main site doors and windows. So they may even try to do the same thing again, as they're just wasting utility at this point and trying to maybe destroy some barbed wire. And I mean, this could just be another easy jump in if nobody's watching this, but it looked like the doctor was watching close to the window. So it's going to be Jims holding on to Sunrise and Dexter trying to hold on to that kitchen window.
GMZ promoting himself to that dock will be holding a Sunrise Bar, as in the previous round, Nosk was just able to walk straight into sight from that avenue. Good adaptation from Red Wolf there, but hopefully he'll be able to actually hold on to it and waste at least a minute and a half or so of time on the round.
It looks like the first engagement will happen upstairs. It's going to be Boosters. He just vaults right in. Motive will shut it down. So a nice shot there from Motive as he'll get the first kill on the Boosters. That's the Jaeger that's been doing fairly well in this matchup, wasting a lot of time and getting some good impact frags. As again, the push looks like it's going to start to come towards the Mozzie, but it's going to be the Twitch of Nosk again. to shut down the Nazi player as it actually will get eaten up by a drone. Oh, how unfortunate that was. He's going to have to shoot that if, I mean, they don't want any intel being gathered for the
Yeah, I'm doing now. Listen for a call.
Getting the push from Sunrise as well as some holes in the wall will start to get opened up, and that's going to leave Gems in a very difficult position. Leaving it all up to Kroll in the 1 versus 5. Does find one onto throw, but have to find 4 more if he wants to win this round out for his team with the Buck making holes above. No diffuser, if Fuse is going down just yet, Motive is going to have to rotate out and let the rest of his teammate hold these angles, but with some goo mines going off, it's not going to be needed as Nos finds the final frag.
Again, a very nice round from 7 Spades there. Just doing an efficient job in clearing the upstairs hold there. The Jaeger of Boosters getting a little bit too aggressive and kind of just really putting himself in a bad position and vaulting over the shield when he's just getting peeked by Motive. Kind of unfortunate timing for him there. And then Lucas being inside of 90 Hall and being really just unaware of his surroundings and not realizing that there was 2 players in that hallway with him. Because of that, Nos was able to win that gunfight very easily, and that was effectively the realm presence really removed without barely any damage to the actual people doing the realm clear. I believe it was only about 50 damage that had been done to the Buck of Motive initially from the Jaeger of Boosters.
Attackers need to locate.
Oh yeah, I
and
need to change the stream title here too. I'm forgetting.
boys.
everything.
Where do you wanna go? Where do you wanna go, guys?
Mistakes happen.
Where do you wanna go?
Go downstairs. Go downstairs.
You live there.
Can I 6 with the kid or not?
Yeah, 6 picks, 6 picks.
Can I 6 with the kid?
7 Spades will now only be down 1 round from evening out the scoreline. They are now 1 round away from switching sides onto the defense, which again is usually the unfavorable side for this map in particular. You generally being an attacker-sided map, usually you see the scoreline often go to 4-2 and hands the attackers. Of course, this matchup not going in the way as usual. There's plenty of things that can change that just based off of operator bans. Things can vary, but majority of the time that remains true. Taking a look at the site, looks like we'll have a Hookah and Willard's hold, as this was definitely a good one. It did end up in a 2 versus 4 for the defense of Red Wolf, but they were able to salvage it, again, off of the fact that 2 players were on 1 hit of HP. Let's hope that they are able to have the round get a little bit less close for them, at least they have to hope so.
Looks like some early grenades will go out to take out the castle barricades.
Bomb
More
located
grenades
by
are
attackers.
left on the Buck, and they started becoming aggressive through 90 hallway and the side of theater. So we've seen S7 start out very slow on these last 2 maps, and it looks like that's going to be, but they come back strong. So looks like that might be what the goal is here, trying to keep it away from being a 4-2. Want it to end as a 3-3 tie. S7 is trying to make his way in through the main aquarium here. As the drones will follow suit in the gridlock, putting down those track stingers, as that will cut off the rotation from a lot of these main sonar. Find the second kill for his team. A nice long angle there onto the boosters of the Jaeger. The Jaeger of boosters. Nos find another one. He's been fragging out all game, but it will be Gems that gets another one. Let's throw to frag him out. So it's now all going to be up to Lucas. He'll try to find these Sophia, but the plant's going down in the other site, and with firebolts as well. A step up from Lucas will find one, but being with the immediate trade, going to tie this at half 3-3.
Lucas being a clutch player in the previous rounds, but just won't be able to pull it off again in a very unfavorable position. 1 versus 4 site retake. There isn't a whole lot he can do with really only 2 avenues that he can try to rotate through. One being the other staircase, and the other being the current one that he is on. Ultimately trying to choose to stand his ground so he won't have to go all the way around, being really expected and most likely watched by a player of S7. Right. Ultimately did manage to get a kill, but was an impactless one as, again, the round ended up in a loss, now tying us up to 3-3. S7 now switching onto the defensive side of this matchup. Or rather, defensive side for them of this matchup.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
Yeah, I definitely look to see S7 take these next 2 rounds at least. Because I mean, that's how it happened in the last map. Same thing that happened in this map.
Yeah, a little bit of a comeback there from S7 being down, I believe, 3, winning the next 3 consecutive attack rounds, tying us up. We'll be opting to go to Hoop Billards as their primary bomb site. Not surprising, although what is
10
surprising
seconds remaining.
is that we didn't see a single penthouse defense, although Mira is
5
available,
seconds left.
and generally most teams avoid penthouse just because of that fact.
Attackers
Most teams
locate
now
and
don't
defuse the
really
bomb.
practice with Mira in mind in their strats, just because they either expect her to be banned or just prefer to utilize another operator for a different type of strat.
It looks like Sonar is hiding in the
Shelf.
no, this is the Fabian spot. That's what I was talking. Because I remember Fabian was one. It's gonna be Dexter to shut down that push from Jaeger. Good off. I think they might know that the mute is playing close here as well, but again, I'm not sure. This might be an easy kill for
Attackers have located.
Sonar. It's gonna be wide. Yep, that's gonna be Dexter to shut it down. So, quick start to the round for Dexter as he's on the first 2 frags for both teams. He's gonna go for a third as Castle's gonna try to rotate now, but he will get lit up and shut down right away. So, it really be
Just kind of trying to peek in.
yeah, exactly.
Ultimately won't get really any damage onto him. Sonar unfortunately peeking with the shotgun, expecting the buck to be a lot closer than he was. Does manage to dish out a pretty decent amount of damage on him, putting him down to about 40 health. Ultimately will lose his life. GMZ now cleaning up Bean halfway through this round, and now there is only 1 player left in the form of Nosk, and a 1 versus 5, and a flawless round there as GMZ gets another kill for himself. On to Nosk, cleaning up round number 7, now putting Red Wolf in the lead once again, up 4-3.
A big match again coming out from Nosk as well as Throw. Those 2 seem to be the primary fraggers on this site or on this team. As I mean, they've been carrying most of the weight the last 2 maps. So definitely look to see the rest of their team step up at least a little bit more if they're gonna want to. I mean, bring a little bit more pressure to the side of Red Wolf Esports.
Yeah, the roam there from S7 was a little bit lackluster, much like the beginning of the previous matchup that we saw between S7
Attackers need to
and
locate
ID2
and
Bean
defuse
team.
as many bombs as
The
they
roam
can.
was very lackluster in the beginning, but then it managed to pick up towards the later end of the matchup. Seeing these same problems that we saw in the previous one, with the roam really not doing a whole lot, and the roamers getting
Bomb
picked off
located by
due to
attackers.
just not being aware of players in certain positions, just due to the fact that they don't really have a whole lot of intel gathering. Does look like they will be switching mode onto the Pulse, though, to try to make up for that fact that the Valkyrie, I believe, is banned. So, although the Echo... Actually, no, the Echo is also banned,
10 seconds
Echo and
to
Valkyrie.
insertion.
So, no Maestro, surprisingly enough, but
seconds
they
to go.
have decided to bring the Mira. Not going to Penthouse, though. Still
Attackers
interesting
ejected.
once again, because, as I said previously, most teams only avoid Penthouse due to the fact that Mira is not available. Though her being available, she is, of course, good on most every site, especially on this map, as this really is her map, as in a literal sense, and metaphorically, as this is the map that first came out with the release of Jackal and Mira.
Yeah, I feel like that side of the map though, I mean that side is just awful.
Deploying sensor.
I mean you can just repel on that main window, over on like the double window of Penthouse, and just you can get angles all over the place. As
Well, that's why you have the Mira, so then you can throw nitro cells and smoke grenades over it to repel in.
yeah,
That's the whole reason why that site's not good if you don't have a Mira.
Clear.
yeah, I understand that, but you can still just repel in and you can still just hold angles. The nitro cell can only do like so much if you can just keep pushing in and finding a pick. But as we've been talking here, I mean, there's been 3 deaths on the side of S7, or not S7, but Red Wolf. So it's gonna make this a 2v5 now for the Jackal and the Hibana. There's still a lot of utility left from both operators. That's almost all the utility from Hibana and all of the utility from the Thatcher, as the Pulse is going to be
A
able
bomb has been
to spot
located.
out this Jackal inside of the main wall here, and it's going to be Sonar who will get the refrag. So nice push out, good coordination there from Sonar and Motive to find that frag, and we'll leave us all up to close. He should go for the pre-fire, but Nos hits his shots, will shut down Cole. So an excellent
Very nice
defense from Seven.
Indeed it was. The Realm definitely doing a lot better job there. That Pulse went for a little bit of an aggressive peak, but luckily Motive was there, of course, to get the refrag, which ultimately was the smart play. If Motive didn't peak that and didn't get the refrag, that definitely would have been a pretty big misplay, as Lucas had been a previously really strong clutch player in the defense rounds, rather, for Red Wolf. Round number 8 going in the hands of S7 will now be tied up 4-4. 7 having won their primary bomb site will now rotate to Blue Bar and Sunrise. Again, opting to bring the Mira. A late 6 pick there will not be able to get off of anything.
Attackers need to
Taking a look at the
locate and
scoreboard,
defuse as many
have,
bombs as
of
they
course,
can.
Nosk and Throw at the top for S7. Meanwhile, GMZ and Lucas at the top for their team of Red Wolf. Those a little bit more evenly dispersed on the red side. Kind of opposite of what's happening on S7, as was the same in the previous matchup.
Test out. Godspeed, little fella.
Looks like they're gonna. It looks like they might go for a heavy top floor.
10 seconds remaining.
They got reinforcements up here. A lot of reinforcements up here. Rotation
5
holes.
seconds to go.
I'm just waiting for Pulse to get shot out, I guess, and then I didn't see exactly here.
Locate a bomb and
Loaded.
defuse it.
Or Sonar. Looks like one of them wants to do it. Who's gonna be able to do it though? Only one of these two can do it.
Looks like Motive's
Looks
kind
like
of sitting
neither of them
inside
will.
of
Oh, they're
barricades.
both gonna wimp out. What is this?
Well, it didn't appear that there was anybody in a position to actually peek.
Well, I mean, you still gotta peek that. You still gotta just peek everything. This is a go for. Come on now. Looks like Lucas
That
is gonna
is
go for the
true.
bottom pressure through service. So he might be able to catch
Judging-
Sonar if he rotates through kitchen, but it's actually a lot closer as well. Looks like they're trying to run a castle strat, but with wooden barricades.
Judging from the lineup and the attack, it looks like they were prepared for a penthouse attack anyways. But nonetheless, GMZ will manage to kill on a Motive before a Throw gets a refrag onto Lucas. That's your Pulse for your Jackal. Pretty even trade, I'd say, in terms of utility.
Definitely that scanner, as well as the Pulse scanner. I mean,
Defender
they're
has
both
left the
both
area.
operator scanners. As Throw is gonna get
Defender
another
is
kill on the
exposed.
GMZ. An excellent round from Throw thus far, as he's made 2 nice runouts and picked up 2 easy kills without taking any damage so far. He's gonna have to deal with the sledge now of Dexter and oh my God, is he gonna run out of here?
Defender has left the designated station.
Don't do it. You saw him, but he did it light up the Blackbeard just a little bit as the sledge tries to cut him off. He will go into service and a nice headshot to the wall as Throw was scanned by being outside for just a little bit too long, and looks like some flashbangs that are starting to get thrown towards Sonar. He's the only person playing above right now. It could possibly catch off the Zofia of boosters if it goes undroned, so gonna have to stay here for the time being, but no, it looks like Sonar will go back downstairs, possibly. Yeah, so gonna play it smart as Dexter will shut down the kill onto Nosk, as that's going to be the Mira, I guess, down. Yeah, looks like Mean's gonna try to go for another kill onto Booster. So SMG11 versus SMG11 here, as it's going to be another nice shot from Mean as he takes down Dexter, leaving it all up to Kroll. Gonna be crouch walking into site. Does have the diffuser if he does want to go for that plant, but with the person playing close on the boxes here, is the Blackbeard gonna be able to spot it? Yes, he will. He's getting scanned though, and with the last defender inside of courtyard, This could be an
15
easy
seconds
round
left.
for the Mozzie. He doesn't have a Nitro Cell left to play with, but he's going to have to go up against
10
this
seconds
mirror, and it
left.
looks like the Blackbeard is going to play a little bit panic here, but he does spot out the Mozzie. It's going to be pre-fires from both players. As Cole loses his shield, goes out with the Deagle, but it's Sonar with the super shoddy. Going to slap down Kroll, pushes his team up 5-7. So again, the first lead for S7.
Curl kind of a failed clutch attempt there. It very well could have been and probably should have been a Red Wolf round, as in a 1 versus 1 with 20 seconds left, and that face shield along with the diffuser in his hands. He had plenty of time to try to fake the diffuser and try to bait out the remaining defender. Instead, he chose to go for the aggressive push, and panicking, he missed all of his shots. I do not believe that he hit a single one onto the Mozzie there, switching to his Deagle, and then on one hit of HP getting shotgunned, interestingly enough, by the Mozzie.
I mean, that shotgun, it does a lot of damage when you're at 1 HP from like 2 feet away.
Yep.
It's the,
Attackers need to locate
it's the
and
super
defuse
shoddy.
bombs.
Super shoddy. Oh, penthouse. First penthouse.
Finally, Mirror is available and will be picked for Penthouse site, which of course, as I said previously, is really kind of the operator that makes or breaks this site, and that really tells you just really how strong Mira is in general. As when operator bans first rolled out, she had the highest operator ban rate over any other operator, even
10 seconds to
outdoing Echo and Maestro at the time, which was kind of, you
5
know,
seconds left.
which now would be kind of unheard of. But meta shift, and this one has of course been shifted a lot since all those seasons way back when.
What I don't like about this hold, there's no pre-placed holes. They have 2 shotguns. They have 3 shotguns. 3 shotguns.
Attackers drop the diffuser.
And
Attackers
they
have
definitely had the
recovered their
opportunity
diffusers.
to make some holes for default plants here, but those will not come out. So you will not be able to see the holes played from below, as it will be throw. He's going to try to get some holes out shortly here, as he will take the head right off of Kroll. Not sure how Kroll let that happen with the face shield and everything. It looks like no. Oh, Throw's going to try to go for the kill on the booster, but that's going to be the Nitro Cell off the board. So I think, honestly, that S7 lost that trade, because that Nitro Cell is so big for the site that having just 1 less is going to make all the difference here. They still have 2 smoke canisters and 2 Nitro Cells, so they still have plenty of denial, just not as much. And on a site like Penthouse, you really can't afford to have not as much. You need to have all of your plant denial. So definitely not the play from Throw, but at least he got a pick beforehand. But Twitchstone will find both Miras, and I don't think that Sonar was able to get that. Twitchstone as Dexter hits a nice shot there onto Sonar. So again, another Nitro Cell off the board, as the smoke canister will get tossed in right onto Dexter. He's gonna barely just not inhale any of those toxic babes, as it's gonna be Booster and Dexter get 2 kills on their own, leaving it all up to Mean. He's got the pulse scanner down below, so at least he can deny plant, possibly, but no. It's a flawless round. No, not a flawless round. A flawless round if you minus the Blackbeard, as Dexter played that very well, trying to go down to take out the pulse.
Yeah, Dexter realizing that the pulse was most likely going to be below, trying to deny a possible plant, smartly dropping the hatch and pushing into bathroom, just pure game sense, and managing to read that play from, I believe that was Throw on the pulse, if I'm not wrong, correct me.
I think so. Or
Oh wait, no, Throw was on the mirror. Throw was on mirror. Yeah.
I believe so.
Who was on pulse then?
If I had to guess, it was Motive. Honestly, I don't remember.
It probably
I can tell
was.
you. I can tell you. Hold on. It was Motive on the pulse. It was Throw in the mirror. Yeah.
Okay.
Attackers
Yeah,
need to
Motive.
locate and defuse bombs.
But nonetheless, a pretty quick and efficient round from Red Wolf there. The round only taken about 1 minute and 30 seconds, which is definitely goes to show how frag heavy Coastline is. Of course, you always play the objective, but again, it usually just comes down to an all-out frag fest, which really both teams are good at, and I think the scoreline really does reflect that right now, as we are tied up at 5-5, and it's really been a back and forth besides the first 3 rounds, which Red Wolf was able to win, but then very quickly Sonar was able, Sonar, S7 rather, was able to answer back with 3 of their own. Getting a little bit confused there with the names. Words are hard.
Sonar S7.
Yep.
It's kind of a weird name, if you ask me. But
Time for some home improvement.
it's going to be an aquarium take, as some scans are going to come out onto some of these attackers. We're going to know that he's will the pre-fires come out, and they will, but none will hit as those bars. Not as forgiving as they may look. Jims, he's going to get a nice shot there with the ACOG through those bars. And is able to take down the Pulse without losing any of his HP. So, an excellent gunfight, an excellent pickup. The Pulse has been the first person to die in most of these rounds. That just can't happen. You can't be losing a Nitro cell early on, especially an operator that can gather so much intel for your team. As it looks like Dexter is going to try to push out this mute from below through security. But Sonar wisely will choose to rotate into courtyard and try to avoid this twitch at all costs. Try to not get into a gunfight with that F2.
See you on the other side.
Oh, the timing there.
Dexter. And another good pick there from Red Wolf. That's Lucas getting a kill onto Sonar. Sonar just not paying attention there and getting picked off from Buck. It's 2-man advantage for the attack with half the round still left. There's plenty of time for the site execute. There isn't a ton of plant denial besides some smoke now, and the nitro stuff from the Mira as boosters as the Carnage by getting a kill on the throw. Nosk will manage to get a refrag though onto GMZ. That's your sledge off the board. Lost both your grenades, but that's not a whole lot of utility that still has been removed, especially still being in the 2-man disadvantage. I mean, they're just taking out a drone and will manage to shoot the Hibana charges off that would otherwise deny the mirror position that Nosk is playing. The mirror, however, will get popped anyway, so ultimately shooting those Hibana charges was really pointless. Hookah control has been, Billard's control has been forfeited to the attackers. Dexter trying to push into Billards, won't miss his shots onto the mirror, but pulls out the revolver, getting the kill on Nosk. It all up to mean in a 1 versus 4, and Dexter getting a 3K. 2 kills at the end there with the revolver. It's a wild, wild west out here. Very nice shots from him there, cleaning up round number 11. Now putting Red Wolf up 6-5, 1 round away from taking home this map and putting them up. And what would put them up 1-0.
What?
On the other side of the coin, though,
Go ahead.
S7 is still 1 round away from putting us into overtime, so this round will ultimately decide the fate of this map right here, whether we're going to go the full distance or if it's going to end right here, and we'll move on to... forget what the next map is.
Border?
Clubhouse?
Border.
Or...
Border and then Clubhouse.
Okay, Border. Hey. Get them backwards.
Yeah. I couldn't remember
Defenders,
what the maps
protect
were
your
either,
bombs
so.
from being defused by attackers.
It will be back to the penthouse or the billiards and hookah room for S7. I'm trying to bring this over.
So far, this site defense, I do believe that they lost this, or did they win this site? Can't remember.
They lost it last round, like the very last round.
Okay, yeah, then that means that they haven't won it. Oh yeah, they haven't won a single defense round. I do not think so. Well, that's the usual coastline, so I guess.
Yeah, coastline's very defender sided. So, I mean, it makes sense. I don't know. I guess the Red Wolf, they've won a lot of their defenses or their attacks here in the second half. So,
I mean, it is attacker sided. This map.
do you think this map is attacker sided?
Yes, I agree.
I don't think it's attacker sided. I think the blue bar. I think this map is like probably the least attacker decided out of all the maps, or the least defender sided. But I still think that it's
Bomb located by attackers.
defender sided.
Well, the meta currently is kind of defender sided, so it
Oh
would
yeah,
make sense.
yeah. That's like every map is defender sided, but like I said, I think this is probably the least defender sided. So I guess that's technically attacker sided maybe, since it's below average. I mean, if you want to think of it like that, but either way, it looks like this attack is going to be a little bit slower from Red Wolves, as they're taking control of the bottom floor, but they still got Sonar, who's actually going to get a shot through the drone hole there. I didn't even know there was a drone hole here to get shot through, but either way, great heads up play by Sonar, as he's going to pick up another one onto the Zofia, or onto the Twitch. So that's going to be both the Buck and the Twitch off the board, and he's going to look for more too with that scanner. He will find the one on the top of the white stairs and possibly able to find that frag as the drones are going to come out. I'm not sure if he was able to actually get the kill. Oh, the scan as that grenade. Dexter from the death will take down Sonar, so they're not going to have to worry about that pulse any longer. As, ooh, a nice grenade might be able to come right through onto that smoke, but no, it will just miss. Actually, that's the Doc sitting down below. Like the pre-fire is going to start to come in. Jims are going to just miss barely, but they'll get pushed right into Boosters, who should be able to clean up the frag, and yes, he will. So an excellent clear out of the bottom floor, as this leaves us in a 3v3 with about a minute left in the round. So still plenty of time to attack this, but they're going to have to go up against the 3 denial operators from S7. Smoke still has all of his canisters, a nitro cell on Nosk, and the Maestro cameras, as well as the Alden from Motive. So it should be difficult, to say the least, as Mean is going to take down one onto the side. He's going to go for that gas canister. Actually going to waste 2 on Gems. So not the best use of utility, but with the push coming so late in the round, it doesn't really seem like it's going to matter. As they're going to deny this pushing through. Luggage, the last one coming through, popping through the smoke, is going to take down Mean, and he's going to have to deal with a mirror window and a camera spotting out completely. There's only 15 seconds left. Doesn't even have the diffuser. It's on the other side of the map, so they don't even need to peek these angles as Nitro Cells will come flying through, and it's going to blow Boosters right out of the sky, tying it up 6-6 here on Coastline, our first map.
This map in particular is going to go the distance, it seems, as these teams are again just really going back and forth. Each team is winning one round, and then the other team is answering back with one of their own. For the past 6 rounds, it's been like that. Once it was at 3-3, then it kind of started going back and forth, and I guess that goes to show really just how kind of frag heavy these two teams have been. Is just kind of been really dominant. All the rounds that have been won from either team have been pretty dominant, and they've been pretty one-sided, except for a few in the very beginning. 2 or 3 in like the very beginning of this matchup were kind of close, but the rest of these have been really 3v1s or 4v1s or even flawless rounds for one team or the other.
Looks like S7 will get defense here for our overtime rounds. Again, a quick look at the scoreboard here. As it has been dominant from the fraggers of these teams.
Dexter there with a big 13 kills there for his team. Definitely doing a very good job in the entry department. Meanwhile, Nosk can throw with a combined 22 kills. Not surprising, as they're performing just as well in the previous matchup against 92 Bean Team.
92 Bean Team, baby.
That's my favorite team.
Oh yeah? You like the Bean Team?
Yep, ready to see them in Pro League. Well, I guess a lot of those players have been in Pro League from Accelerate.
Reloading, cover me.
Accelerate? I guess, yeah. I guess they did come from Accelerate.
Yeah, X Creation, and I'm trying to think of who else was on there. We'll talk about that later.
No need right now, as it looks like they're trying to hold the heavy onto this kitchen here, not throw, as well as I believe it was Motive. Yeah, Motive. I guess Sonar is also close by as well. The push is coming heavily from up top as the first Nitro Shell will get tossed out by Nosk, I believe. Yeah, so that's gonna be Nosk. Surprised that he's actually playing the Mira here, but again, to each their own.
A bomb has
But
been located.
heavy control of the top floors. They're gonna put you pushing that emphasis very tough. As I mean, they've got two people cut off of the site right now, and with this up, is that an upside down rappel on there's two upside down rappels right now. As it looks like Motive will shut down that Zofia. So an excellent shot there by Motive. I'm not sure exactly where that Zofia was. Looks like she was on the main steps. Yeah.
Yep. A very good kill from Motive there. Booster is getting peeked for a second time, but GMZ with an excellent shot to the floor and a Sonar. Sonar getting a little bit too aggressive there, thinking he can win that gunfight, but GMZ utilizing that ACOG and really just that inherent timing advantage there, well, managed to get that kill. We're now at an even man count of 4 versus 4, but the advantage is in the hands of the defenders. As with 55 seconds left, the site execute is going to have to happen. Well, the upstairs control, they're going to have to capitalize it on Motive getting a little bit too aggressive there. Pushing out for the Maestro will get picked off by Lucas before Mean gets an immediate refrag on a Dexter. The main fragger off the board of Red Wolf, though Lucas has proven himself to be a pretty clutch player in the past, and GMZ has been really just winning his ones. So there's plenty of clutch potential in the hands of Red Wolf. The Mono Crawl, which will be down to about 30-ish HP, so he's going to be on 1 hit of health. 20 seconds left in this round. The site push is going to have to be very rushed, as GMZ is still trying to look for kills from above, just dancing around with Throw, but finally managed to pick him off. Mean getting let down to about half HP, will manage to win the gunfight onto the Hibana of Pearl, but GMZ getting a kill on the Nosk. That's Mean getting another kill on the GMZ before Lucas manages to pick up that kill in the final seconds of the round. That's Red Wolf winning round number 13, now putting them 1 round away again, winning this map.
Definitely a big attack there. As I mean, that was almost a nice clutch there by the smoke of. I've already forgotten who the smoke was, but Mean,
I believe.
Yeah, I don't know. We're just casters. I'm not paying attention. You know, I'm just like I'm on my phone, and then once the round ends, I'm like, yo, oh shit, what happened? No, I'm not actually doing that, but. Definitely almost a big clutch there from Mean, as I mean they're gonna be pushed down to their attack, so it will be kitchen and service as some 6 picks come out. So the Mira and the Jackal will both come out. Zofia and Pulse will be taken off, as maybe switching here, but no, Dexter will stick that Mira, and the Jackal will be stuck as well. So curious to see. I mean, I guess they're gonna go for the default Miras for kitchen, the one that looks towards service, and then possibly one inside of bathroom, and that would make most sense to me. Not really Miras you want to place on the top floor for this site, but could see anything at this point.
I have the strange feeling that whoever wins this map is going to win Order, and it's going to be a swift 2-0.
I hope so. I kind of want to cast the Xbox finals, and those are about to happen.
What teams are those going to be between?
Probably 95 and Vayne. 95 is up 6-2 right now, so we're probably gonna miss that match. Miss the Xbox, which is unfortunate. But
well,
it's whatever.
It's too late for that now, I suppose. Well,
that's unfortunate. But
let's hope somebody else is casting it so we can watch it still.
No one's casting it, but there's gonna be 2 people streaming it, so that's it's. I mean, it's still gonna be decent, but I mean, not as fun for us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I'm gonna be able to chill for a little bit and eat some macaroni and cheese. That should be delicious. I mean, we still got 1 more round here going on.
Yeah, the operator lineup, it's a pretty high utility one, bringing the Lion, Buck, Gridlock, Jackal, and Twitch, all of which, besides the Twitch, is really the lowest utility operator, especially with the fact that there's no Maestro available, so not being able to ensure that the Maestro cam is kind of a big part of her utility, but still can do a little bit with denying those mirrors and possibly zapping some other gadgets. Boosters will get a low gunfight with. I do not know who will get led up to pretty low HP, but GMZ promoting himself to the dock will manage to give him a stim pistol, putting him back up to almost full HP. Losing a little bit of utility there, but upping his teammates' health so he can have a little bit of a better chance in his next engagement. GMZ just barely missing the lion, but won't miss him the second time, getting the kill on the sonar before throw. Just hitting his shots, getting the kill onto him. Nice quick refrag there. Half the round has been expended though. Top floor control is in the hands of the attackers. Floor is opened up a little bit. Throw trying to go for some bangs onto the player that is currently tracking. Will manage to get Dexter down to about 40 HP and will not take any in return. Dexter rotating into the main lobby, trying to get out of that position so he won't get killed, but it won't even matter as Throw drops down the hatch, getting the kill onto him. There's a second player in main lobby, and that's Boosters, and I don't know if they know this. 7 Spades does not drone him, but they don't even need to do so as Throw gets a third kill for himself on the Boosters. He has all 3 kills for 7 Spades in this round so far. Lucas goes for the shots and will manage to shut him down. No 4K or ace for him. Now in a 3 versus 2 with 40 seconds left on the clock in favor of 7 Spades.
This is looking like another max round overtime, as it's going to be some shots coming in from Nosk. We'll just miss on to the, as a Cade inside of the blue wire, but Kroll holding tough onto this main lobby. Some grenades are going to get tossed through. Won't hit exactly yet, as that's going to be a perfect smoke right onto Kroll. Will the smoke be able to deny the plant? Looks like it will, as Nosk rushes out, gets one, but doesn't check for the second inside a bathroom. Nosk popping off right now. 14 kills, 13 mean with 10. A lot of frags coming out from both teams. This is 3 people on each team, 6 people who have double digits.
Definitely very nice performances from both teams so far, and the scoreline is really telling of how close this matchup is really right now, which kind of makes me questioning what's going to happen on Border. Border's a little bit less of a frag-heavy map as this one is, so I'm interested to see what kind of setups we're going to see in the next map. Although I still stick with my statement, I believe that whichever team wins this final round, they will manage to go on for a 2-0 in this matchup as a whole.
Oh. 7-7.
Defenders,
Another
protect your
max
bombs from
overtime.
being defused
Of
by
course.
attackers.
Only us.
Yep. Well, I mean, it's good competition, so at least it's interesting to watch.
I just wanted to cast the Xbox go for me. I don't know. This is fun and all, but I thought we'd be able to do both. But apparently PC decided to take extra long, or Xbox was really short for that.
I think it's probably a little bit of both.
I guess. So we're definitely not going
Considering-
to host the Xbox.
seconds
It's
left.
already loading into the game. But we still have
Yeah,
the map.
considering
Five
the fact that
seconds
the
to go.
last semis that we casted, I'm pretty sure was like a 7-3 or something.
Attackers are moving out to locate a bomb and
Or at
defuse
least
it.
that you and me casted together.
Stay clear of ATS line of fire.
But that's in the past. Looking at this match right now, 7-7, this last round will decide the fate of the first map, and of course this best of 3 in the finals of, is this Go4 number 170
175.
something? 175. That's a lot.
That's a lot of Go4s. That's a lot of charms that haven't been given out. But I definitely got mine. As yeah, I did want to go for it. For those of you that don't think I want to go for it, but it's gonna be an easy, quick kill. Again, the Pulse early pick. I mean, I don't understand how the Pulse is getting picked off first every round. It definitely needs to be the Jaeger that's getting picked off first. So just too aggressive here. I feel like from our Pulse players today. I haven't enjoyed it. You know, I feel like you need to be playing your Pulse a little bit more safely than that.
I feel like it's the extra aggression from the Pulse and the lack of support that is being given to him as he's just been on his solo realm. the fact when he's picked off, there's no refrag, or when he gets in an engagement, he's just at an inherent really disadvantage due to the fact that he's being droned and he doesn't really have any information for himself. He just has to try to raw outgun the player who's peeking him, who knows his position, and possibly has another player helping to assist in pinching.
So
Lucas here.
yeah, about a half the round remaining, and it looks like boosters will find another kill onto throw. So those are the like 2 top fraggers, or at least the one throw, as GMC finds another one. So looking very easy for Red Wolf, as I've already making this round look again another kill. It's gonna be Moto this time. He's gonna try to bring it back. It looked like he might have landed the headshot, but it will be Kroll who gets the kill. It's gonna leave us all up to me, and he does find 1, but he's gonna have to find 3 more. Low HP on Kroll, so it is a winnable situation, but not the most probable. This actually, like, the cast canister might actually get the kill onto the Hibana, but no, a nice shot there from Mean will take down boosters. This makes this a 1v2 now. The last 2 attackers are outside of Aquarium, so if he's able to get the intel on this, he might be able to win this round out, but it's a nice crossfire being held by both players, so he's going to have to get very lucky here if he wants to win this round, but he knows where 1 is. Might be able to get the wide peak. Does take a head right off of Kroll. It's going to leave us all up to Lucas, who will be able to win this round out. Looks like he's going to try to he's expecting the play from below, but Lucas is playing on the balcony, so he's just going to be able to wide peek there. GH, an excellent first half for both of these teams as we bring it to the distance.
Very nice clutch attempt from the smoke of Mean there. He could have glitched that out, unfortunately expecting the Buck player to be below and not expecting them to be doubling up on the Aquarium balcony. Just kind of unfortunate circumstance there, especially being in a pretty unfavorable position there, and I believe it was a 1 versus 4. Still a pretty valiant effort, but ultimately really impactless, and versus a best of 3 or anything more than that, even a best of 5, kind of have to spread it out. So the team that has really more endurance usually comes out on top just due to that fact.
Yeah. So with saying that, that will start off our second map of Border. So like we said, I mean, I agree with you. I expect this map to go to Red Wolves just because they have that momentum, but it still could go either way, as we're gonna get right into things here with the first ban. It will be the Nomad taken off the board. So I mean, that's the same ban we've seen all night. Nomad, it's a very difficult opera to play against. I love to play with the Nomad. I mean, her gun is so good. The AK is just it's such a laser, and I just love her gun, honestly.
Yeah,
That's
Nomad
mainly. I mean, that
really
and her
good
gadgets.
ban.
Her gadgets just OP as fuck. It just knocks you on your ass. At
There's-
least they made it a little bit counterable. You can hear it, so you can like nitro sell it or whatever. But I still think that her gadget's OP as fuck.
Interested to see if we're gonna see a repeat of the bans from the previous matchup between, S7 and Bean Team, but it looks like the operator bans will already be different, as we're seeing a Mira ban. Not very surprising, as it is Border, which is one of Mira's strongest maps. Just being able to utilize her on every site, particularly inside of Armory and Fountain, as well as possibly doing the security Mira strat, which is ages old. That was developed by some ex-pros currently, where you put the Mira on security wall, you make shotgun holes through Fountain wall, so you can have the long angle all the way down 90 and into offices without actually having to have any players inside of office itself. So you can kind of control pretty much the entire top floor, or just a little bit over half, with one Mira.
Oh yeah, that Mira, it's definitely completely overpowered, and she's a very strong operator. She has been strong ever since she came into play, and they've really done nothing to nerf her, because there's nothing really that you can do to nerf her. But I mean, she's still a very powerful operator, and she's essentially changed the way that sites are defended.
Yeah, very much so. Mira is definitely one of the most meta-shifting operators,
protect your
along
bombs
with both
from
Echo and
being by
Maestro.
attackers.
Echo, which being banned, especially after, again, that change, which I don't even know which. We don't know if it is completely intentional or not, but the drones have been pretty much impossible to see with just the naked eye, making IQ, of course, such a more important pick. Since Mira was banned instead of Valkyrie, they will still be bringing IQ in the hands of Motive on S7 rather, and of course Dexter will be on the Valkyrie. GMZ again promoting himself to Doc Mitch to see if he's going to go for a spawn peek as he did in the previous map, and it does look like he's going to be spawn peeking security door, or a break room door rather. See if he's able to pick up a kill, and no, looks like he's just breaking the barricade to slow down the attackers.
Oh, he could have easily gotten a kill there
Rushing,
too. They didn't even
but,
look for it.
Yep. Oh, looks like we had 4 attackers spawn and Valley spawn, so GMZ could have very well gotten maybe a frag, or maybe even 2. Possibly would have been refrag, so ultimately a smart decision. Speaking of refrags though, boosters will jump out for a kill on a sonar before Nos gets a quick refrag. A little bit of aggressive play there, removing the Hibana though. That's a really big operator to remove, especially when that's the only hard breacher for the attack. Definitely a very worthwhile trade for the defense.
Yeah, I mean, they do have this wall opened up, which is kind of interesting, and some shots will hit. Oh, Dexter comes, or no, GMZ comes flying around. He'll find 2 frags, 2 nice headshots, as he might even go out for the run out onto Motive, but Motive is not playing the east stairs. He's going to be playing just on the metal all by himself. The first time that we've been able to see IQ get played here. We'll find one onto Dexter. Will he find the second one under the Legion? Yes, he will. Makes this a 2v1 here. As oh, he almost hit the headshot onto GMZ as well. As Booster's already saying GG in chat. He thinks this is over before it has even started. As it's going to be a... I mean, this would be an insane clutch if Motive was able to win this. Just trying to find the right angles here. Has a Nitrous on in front of him, but he knows it's dead. He's gonna have to go through this barbed wire. The pre-fire is gonna come out from Cole. Yes, fell on the round. So no throws coming out from Red Wolf.
Definitely a nice attempt there from Motive and getting that double kill. Unfortunately, there wasn't very much that he could have done in that situation. The only 2 avenues that he could push through were, of course, being held by the defenders. That barbed wire being in his way notified Kroll of his position. Easy pre-fire from him and an easy kill, as he was really bottlenecked through that one doorway. Overall, that round kind of was really just good for the defense. It all started with boosters on the run out on Ishan. He did manage to get a kill, but he did get refragged. The damage ultimately that he did do could not be undone, killing the only hard breacher in that round, which could have been a very big point and possibly could have even won a round, as that's really just how important hard breachers are, especially in the current meta.
Oh yeah, hard breachers are, I mean, they're the most important operator on the attack, in my opinion. Because, I mean, you can't really open up the avenues that you want without that hard breacher. So, the rounds are obviously still winnable without a hard breacher, but when you have it and you're able to control where those avenues that are opened up are, it definitely makes the round so much easier for a attack.
10 seconds left.
Yeah, as you said, without a hard breacher, kind of bottleneck to a couple of doors and windows on most sites, and ultimately you'll just feed kills to the defenders, because even if you get a kill or 2, you'll ultimately be refragged almost immediately, as the site anchoring positions of both those doors is just so easy. All you have to do is hold an angle and wait for you to push, as there's no need for them to progress onto you, as by being defenders, that's what they have to do. Dexter getting a kill on the throw and getting a second one onto Mean. Looks like a team kill on the crawl. Dexter with the third on a Nos. Sonar with the team kill on a Motive. Sonar won't manage to get a kill onto Dexter. Down to 1 versus 3 on solo HP. Will get picked off by Lucas. A round that ended in 30 seconds. It's got to be the fastest round that I think I've ever seen in a Go4.
Definitely a very short round as the rush just came straight in through the front door. That might have even been through detention. I wasn't even able to see it as
I
everything
think they
happened
just
so
jumped
fast.
in vent window. I believe they just jumped in vent window.
I don't know, they did something because they were in sight within like 15, 20 seconds, and then the round was the round was over 10 seconds after they were in sight. But I know he's attempt at a rush, but there's too many team kills. I guess there was 2 team kills, or I know at least 1, but.
Yeah, there was one team kill from both teams.
Oh,
And
okay.
I don't believe it was a rush, more that it was just kind of an aggressive refrag, as usually when somebody gets killed on a team, most players try to get aggressive so they can't get the refrag, so they keep that man advantage not in the hands of the other team and keep things at least even, which is definitely very important in the defense. And here is the Congo line.
Definitely a weak Congo line. Can we get our exclamation point Congo lines out? Or Matthew Tellers in chat. And you got to rate out of that Congo line. I give that a solid 4 out of 10 because two of the defenders weren't even on the Congo line, and the other 3 were just jumbled up in a circle. So Congo line was definitely a piss poor attempt from Red Wolf. I definitely think they're losing this round now. Because of the Congo line.
Obviously.
No other reason. The Congo line was not.
How else are we supposed to win rounds?
Exactly. You need your execute before the round to be as crisp as your execute during it. And it just was not there from Red Wolf.
Ooh, the round itself is going to be a quick push from Nosk here onto Ishan. Just put that standard Claymore down, taking control in the first 20, 30 seconds. Very quick control there, as there's nobody to really test him, as generally contesting Ishan is a very hard task. So many angles that you can really be shot from. It's not a good position to play.
No, definitely not. It looks like Dexter will rotate back down to the first floor, leaving the remaining 4 defenders to hold on to Office and Archives. It's going to be an aggressive push, possibly. I don't even know where the thermite is. It looks like they're going to try to the armory. That's going to be where the first exothermic charge goes. Twitch is already in the waiting room here, so possibly get some kills onto anybody that rotates down. But again, it doesn't look like anybody's going to give her that opportunity just yet. It's going to be Throw to pick up the first kill onto Dexter. So that's the only person that was downstairs. Lucas looks like he might want to get aggressive onto this main door, but Throw will find another kill, taking out boosters. And that's going to be another kill for Motive as well, but 2 quickly come back from Red Wolf, as they're gonna try to make this a round that they could win. I mean, this would be insane if they were able to win this, but with all these angles being held by S7, it seems very unlikely. But Lucas playing it very smart. He's trying to waste as much time as he can, not picking too many angles. He goes for the pre-fire, almost takes the head off of Mean, but will be unsuccessful as the push is going to start to come in through the office.
Good upstairs control has been fitted to the attackers, but they only have the 1-man advantage. Sonar just barely missing the shots onto Lucas, and Lucas to peek the hatch on ADS. He just misses the thermite. Thermite not committing to a solid peek, just going kind of back and forth, debating on whether he should try to drop or not. He does have the diffuser in hands. Meanwhile, Krull has gone up metal stairs, and he's going for this long flank. Managed to kill on the Snownar, but Nosk has killed the only site player. Krull does have diffuser upstairs, currently in a 1 versus 2 situation. 10 seconds left. All Krull really has to do is stay alive and prevent this Thatcher from picking up the diffuser. 3 seconds left. All he has to do is live, as there's no time for the Thatcher. Gets the down, but doesn't even matter as they win off time alone. It's Red Wolf picking up their 3rd round in a row, and that's Krull with a very nice clutch. Lucas and Krull once again clutching up another 2v4 in this matchup, doing an excellent job there at playing the clock.
Yeah, definitely an insane flank by the castle to, win the round single-handedly.
The wise Pengu once said, if you are not within 5 seconds of your teammate
Mm-hmm.
to capitalize on anything that has happened, then you are not playing correctly. And that kind of just goes to show that the statement really is true. Due to the fact that Thermite had diffuser, nobody was in a position to pick it up when he was upstairs, and he wasn't in a
Defenders,
position
protect your bombs from
where
being
his
defused
teammates
by
were
attackers.
when site control had been fitted. Last player was on a flank, and he was just kind of, whether they weren't giving calls to each other or they were just not really coordinating super well towards the end there. Wherever the case may be, it ultimately led to a Red Wolf round, which really shouldn't have been.
No, that definitely should not have been a Red Wolf round. In the 1v3 in the flank to take out the diffuser, nonetheless, upstairs. I don't know why it was just the Thermite upstairs. I mean, probably should have had somebody else upstairs and Thermite pushed the site. But, I mean, that's in hindsight. A lot is going on in the middle of a round, and
Attackers must locate
it's
and
kind of, it
defuse
can be
the bomb.
chaotic. So you sometimes get the wrong people in the wrong places, but it's still unfortunate what happened. Is, the drone comes right at Dexter. I don't even think the drone saw him. They will spot him, however, on the rotate back, and that's going to be an easy kill for Nos because he cuts off the jump over. So a quick start here for S7 as they look to try to take the first round of map number 2. Again, I got to fix that command in chat. So, perhaps if you want to just talk.
Good early kill there from Nosk onto a pretty vital person. Not really a vital operator, as Bandit probably has already utilized his Bandit batteries. EMP grenade does deal them very quickly. Nosk looking for some kills here as the wall is being breached by sonar, will be successfully opened, and there is no player behind bunker to contest them. Mean with a nice peek on his GMZ will now give his team the 2-man advantage. Only a minute in and we're at a 5 versus 3. Lucas will rotate off a site, most likely to rotate below and make some impact holes, or it looks like he's going to go for a run out on detention. I don't know if anybody is repelling, and the Thermite is. That's diffuser down. Motive will be quick with refrag though onto boosters, but diffuser is down at the bottom of Armory balcony, leaving it all up to Roll on site. Roll will be injured and finished off by Mean, but only after Mean gets the team kill on a Motive. But it won't even matter as Throw finishes off Lucas, cleaning up round number 4, now putting S7 with 1 round on the board. Still down 1-3.
A big comeback round for S7 to at least take 1 round here. I mean, we'll see if they're able to find anything else, as, I mean, there's still plenty of time before the half switch. We got 1 more round before the half switch, or 2 more rounds before the half switch. And
I don't want to jinx it, but we might have a repeat of the previous map where we saw Red Wolf go up 0-3 and then throw away the lead, and then S7 tie it up 3-3. Might look like we are having that happen once again. 7 is looking to start their comeback, of course, having won their first round, finally the previous one, looking to
Attackers
win
need to
their
locate and
next
defuse as many
attack.
bombs as they can.
Having successfully rotated to 3 different bomb sites and trying, I believe, that was the Armory defense the previous round. It will be able to go back to Armory, of course, as it didn't win it in the previous round after doing a successful 3-site rotation, winning all 3 rounds, of course. Looking like we're not having a whole lot of deviations from operator lineups besides a Maestro over
10 seconds left before
a operator. I'm just not sure on the
5
picks,
seconds left.
but it does look like the operator lineup has stayed the exact same on the attack.
Attackers must locate and
I think
defuse the bomb.
the last time they had the dock,
Moving around number 5 again, we have almost all of the attackers spawning in Valley. Actually, I believe that is all 5 that have. Nobody going for an aggressive peek, as Dexter did get punished so easily in the previous round, peeking security door and then trying to rotate away and getting punished by Nosk.
yeah, and it looks like they're gonna go for this main wall yet again, as some runouts from the east stairs come through. It looked like, but I mean maybe not. They have to run out from Cole. As it looks like he wants to aggressive onto this main window here. He will rotate out safely. So wise decision from Cole not to take that angle too aggressively. So it looks like the battery trick is going to be coming out from Dexter. Is he successfully going to be able to do it? No, it looks like he pulled it off. Not really too sure what that was, as the Claymore is spotted just in front of him. He could possibly shoot it, but he's going to wait for a possible frag first off here. He's playing this very aggressively, and Nitro will go out, and it will not hit his target. As looks like the Twitch might have been lit up by that Nitro cell, possibly, but too hard to tell. As Moto's going to find one kill on Control inside of the offices. Throw is just going to hold. Vaults into Sir Archives. Takes out 2, 3 actually. He got all 3 of those kills. It's going to be the remaining bandit on site. He's in the corner, but he gets downed on 1. He picks off another, but it's Sonar to shut him down. Another excellent round from S7. I mean, is everybody looking like they're going to come for a comeback here?
Too much was invested in the Armory defense that there wasn't a whole lot invested in really stopping somebody from pushing straight into Archives. Throw realizing that and simply just vaulting into the Archives window and picking up 3 kills, opening up a huge push for his team, winning them round number 5, now putting them only down 1 round from equalizing the score to 3-3. Again, don't want to jinx it, but it's really looking like we're going to have a repeat of the beginning of the previous map, Coastline, where S7 went down 0-3 and came back with 3 rounds of their own before they were to switch onto their defensive half.
Yeah.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
I really hope that we don't go to bed. I just want to go to bed. But either way, it'll still be exciting.
Well, if we have a repeat of the previous one, then we won't have to go to a map.
I guess
But
so.
we'll
But
still
we're
have
gonna
to
have
go
to
to
live
overtime.
through max overtime. So definitely not ideal for
10 seconds to go.
sequence. But still interesting
5
nonetheless.
seconds left.
As it seems like we're going to be seeing the aggressive top floor coming out here from Red Wolf. It looks like they might place at least 2 or 3 people up top. And looks like it's going to be the full south push from S7 as everybody's going
Interested to see what kind of push they're going to do. Looks like they're just kind of throwing a bunch of bodies in. This most likely is going to be a Tellers, straight up Tellers push, although they are going to need to get upstairs control in order to do so, as the defenders can capitalize on holes from above and possibly get some picks. Speaking of picks though, Nosk will get the first opening kill on the boosters. Jaeger off the board, not a ton of utility that you have lost, but a pretty decent shot at that. Sonar will be able to push his way into Archives and up the wall with his exothermic charge. Doesn't look like it will successfully get open, but Throw has already made his way into Armory and taking complete control of the top floor. With 2 minutes left in the round, the Roamers have already fallen off the top floor so early on. This is very much not ideal for the defense of Red Wolf.
Yeah, but as we say that, Dexter will find a nice shot through the floor. But I mean, still, minute 45 left in this round. It's not looking good if you're on Red Wolf, but I mean, still a lot of utility to deny this plant and deny this entry from Red or S7. As it'll be another kill though through the floor from S7 and a vault actually into sight. It's gonna be Dexter though to finish it up as with the shotgun. As there's gonna be some more kills on by GMZ, but Motive will refrag him immediately. Do they know that Nosk is on the desk here? He will find 1 kill onto Dexter, but does he know the last one is the Doc rotating in? He's gonna go for the 360 there. As Lucas doesn't know exactly where to peek, but the purifiers from Nosk are too strong. A 3rd round in a row for S7, tying us up 3-3 going on to the second half.
Looks like we're having a repeat of the beginning of Coastline, and if that is so, then I believe that Red Wolf will win this next round, and then it'll continue going back and forth until we reach overtime, and then again going back and forth until eventually Red Wolf wins. But of course, I probably just jinxed it, so
Yeah, you definitely
Still
pushed
hold.
it.
Now it's just gonna be 4 rounds in a row for Red Wolf. They're gonna win this 7-3 right here. Six pick off of the pulse, interestingly enough, onto the rook of all things. You would have expected that 6 pick to be exactly the other way around.
Yeah.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
What did he 6-pick to? I wasn't really looking.
6 pick from the pulse to a rook.
Okay, so yeah, definitely an interesting 6-pick. We're getting the ACOG though and the shield, so maybe just not feeling the pulse right now. Once they go with that ACOG, and Doc was already taken by your boy Throw, so.
Throw definitely promoting himself to Doc, and taking a look at the scoreboard, he's definitely deserving, I suppose.
The kills from Red Wolf are a lot lower than the kills
5
from
seconds to go.
S7. As I mean, I guess it makes sense because a lot of the rounds from S7 have been dominate.
It's because of the 1 round Red Wolf won off of time. That nice clutch by a Kroll.
Yeah, that definitely has to do with it as well as it looks like we might have throws going for the aggressive peaks here. And
Defender is
he
approaching
might
a kill
choose
zone.
to fall off of the angle as he's just through to him. Some nice ACOG angles being held by both the Doc and the Zofia, and a push will come out, but somebody's going to ask for a Doc, so we'll stop throw from keeping this angle for the time being. Is Throw with a nice one tap on the booster, but he'll get immediately traded as it'll be Moto who goes down, but Sonar finds another kill, and Throw given a little bit of a BM in chat, as that was a very nice shot on to boosters.
Definitely a great shot from the Doc there. Refrag did come out from the attack, but then another one came for the hands of the defenders, so they still have the 1-man advantage. Boosters in there in chat saying, I just want to sleep. Don't we all? Don't we all?
Don't we all? And Throw
Defender
definitely
has
wants to
left
get a
the
sleep
area
too,
of
as he's
operation.
picked up 2 big kills for his team, but will fall to Kroll on those east stairs, so gonna make this a 3v2, as it looks like they know that Jaeger is still playing with those punch holes, and playing with death is Sonar, as the pre-fire could easily come out onto his wall, and it will. He'll lose about 50 of his HP, but the Valkyrie looks like she wants to get aggressive onto this main wall, and will fall. He will get the kill onto the Thermite. It's gonna be the last attacker of the Twitch of Dexter, repelling in on the east office balcony, so he's gonna have to push his Valkyrie, but will get wide swung by the Valkyrie, and as he tries to vault in, it's gonna be Gnostic to shut it down. So the first lead is that's 4 in a row for S7.
Well, definitely a good comeback from them, being down again 3-0 and coming back 4 rounds in a row. Red Wolf is going to be looking to shut down this momentum, and hopefully so we don't have to go to bat number 3.
Yeah.
I mean, hopefully S7 can win for themselves. No shade. I'm tired.
Exactly. I'm pretty tired too. But it doesn't look like that. It looks like S7 is dominating right now, and we'll see a 6-pick off of the pulse as well.
Is it going to be on to the Doc this time? Oh, nope.
Mute.
On to the mute. Makes sense, especially with a bottom floor hold. Just using those mute jammers to deny info for the
Defenders,
roamers
protect your
on
bombs
the top
from being
floor.
defused by
As holding the
attackers.
top floor is very vital, and it's pretty much what the whole defense revolves around. As if you have a upstairs hold on a bottom floor defense, then your defense as a whole really just crumbles. As with any soft destruction available in the hands of GMC and the Zofia of, forget the name, boosters,
Yes.
they'll be able to capitalize on top floor control, open up holes from above, and take out the majority of the site players, making the site pretty much unholdable, as there's nowhere that you can really sit safely without being picked off from above.
Attackers' objective is to locate a bomb and defuse it.
moving into the round, though, I'm interested to see where this push is going to come from the attack of Red Wolf. My guess, based off of spawns and where people are moving, it is going to be an office/archives take.
Ooh.
And this very nice angle by Sonar. Looks like it's a spawn peek angle towards Valley. He will fall off of it. Will go back to peek on top of the computer spot on the archives shelf. Pretty standard angle, although that one that he just was peeking definitely isn't a standard one. Pretty interesting one though at that.
Yeah, that was. I've never. I can honestly say I've never seen that angle before, but it looks like it's going to be a quick sweep early on here for Red Wolf. It's team kills and kills from both sides. It's gonna leave just up to Sonar on that Rook. So I mean, he's gonna have to clutch out this round in a 1v5, 1v4. I guess I don't know why it's not saying flawless round like it normally does, but that was a flawless round by Red Wolf. So
Maybe
nice shot there by
because
Lucas.
somebody got injured? Maybe?
I don't know. I didn't think
somebody
that
get
mattered,
injured?
honestly.
I don't know. Technical things.
Technical difficulties on the side of Ubisoft as per usual.
Well, a flawless round, and thus the back and forth begins.
Yep, the back and forth again begins. So
Yup.
hopefully for our own sake, for my eyes' sake, and for my brain's sake, that this is gonna end a little early as I have work.
For everybody's sake. Just sleep.
I mean, I hate to say that because it makes it sound like I'm trying to throw shade at.
Yeah,
Red
we
Wolf
do
or
care. We
S7.
do care about this match.
Oh,
we
yeah.
do.
I don't really care, but like I'm just like talking to Twitch chat right now. My preference would be obviously to get this match over with as quickly as possible. But I mean, if F7 is able to win this map and bring it to a map 3, that's even more credit to them. After that first map, it can kind of be like depressing losing an 8-7. Be playing for so long and then end up losing it, and that can be kind of demoralizing. So it's been excellent to see that S7 has not let that affect them in map number 2, and they're still coming out guns a-blazing. Especially after going down 0-3 early on.
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, especially not really having the
5
momentum,
seconds remaining.
nor really having
Objective is to locate a bomb.
Red Wolf. Like, I think it's just kind of the pressure getting to S7, as S7 is really pressuring themselves to perform in general. As again, S7 has performed pretty well against some of the top teams out there, such as Dark Zero and some other pretty notable Pro League teams and qualifiers, as well as some other up-and-coming teams, not just in quals, but also in this Go4, such as Two-Face, which is definitely a very strong team, proving so in, again, some qualifier matches that they have played.
Defender has left
So,
the area of
could
operation.
be expectations getting to them, and especially after losing a map to a team that is really, like, supposedly coming out of nowhere, but definitely I don't think has as big of a reputation as them. So,
Attackers have located a bomb.
but moving to this current round, Boosters pushing in right after the exit charge going off, getting an easy kill onto Throw. Dexter getting one for himself as well onto Motive. And then Sonar does manage to get a refrag though onto Boosters before he gets a second very nice shot there onto Dexter, killing both of the players who both got kills for themselves very early on in the round. Now putting us at even man count in a 3 versus 3. Minute 40 seconds left.
Yeah, 2 big kills from the Legion of Sonar, and it's going to allow for a lot of more map pressure to be alleviated, as that's going to be your Sledge and your Ash. So both the Hard Destructors still have the Hibana as well, but no breaching charges, so it's going to limit what her destruction ability is. Looks like the Legion still holding on tough to security, is going to have to fight against 3 attackers here, all trying to push him out. He will rotate off smartly back towards blue, and yeah, that was the wise decision as the IQ is pushing in very hard. Sophia now pushing from waiting room, that makes this a very pinched off attack. But Sonar will find the 3rd on the round. He's got all 3 of them for his team, but will get fragged out by Kroll as he was just waiting upstairs.
even though the man count is even, the advantage is still in favor of the defenders. Of they've wasted so much time on the round, with only 45 seconds left.
Attacker's bomb
There's
diffuser has
not
been
much
dropped.
time for them to do anything, and now the round's cleaned up as Mean gets the remaining 2 kills. Good job from Mean and Sonar in that round. In particular, Sonar getting 3 kills and giving his own team the man advantage after 2 quick kills came in from the attack on the roamers upstairs. Very nice job from him in preventing a just kind of full blowout of a round there, and S7 come back and win that round by some miracle, now putting them up 5-4. It's nice to see a change of pace for Sonar, as in the previous map on Coastline, Sonar was really just being the first one picked off so easily. Just in most situations, he was just not doing a whole lot, getting picked off in the first 50 to 60 seconds. It was kind of unfortunate to see that. Good to see that he's kind of stepping it up this game with some really high impact kills, especially in that previous round. Definitely showing that he's worthy to be on
Defenders,
such a
protect your
strong
bombs
team.
from being defused by attackers.
Yeah. And it will be 5-4 now, so another back and forth second half. I mean, the first half was just a 3-0 and then a 3-0. So, this has been so tense. Oh, sorry. Wow.
Well, my prediction is already about to fail unless Red Bull comes back and wins these next 3 rounds, 3 attack rounds, and really secures this. If they don't, then I'm going to be eating my words, and when I said that is going to probably be a 7-4, 7-5 Red Bull, which is both a pleasant surprise for S7, but not for my sleep schedule. As much as they joke around again, though, we care about this match. We respect these teams' time, but we also respect our own.
Well, they want to go to bed too. Like, these people are just as tired as we are. And, I mean, they obviously need their sleep as well. His throw is gonna hit a nice shot there on the GMZ. He's getting pushed from 2 different angles and will make it out with all of his, almost all of his HP. He goes for another run out. He'll get one. He'll get maybe one more as he downs off the IQ, but the Twitch or the Sledge will get the trade and we'll be able to pick back up the IQ. So it will be Motive who just walks into security, finds 1 kill. Can he find another one? No, it will be the down as the Booster is going to shut down Nosk. But S7 with another run out here. That's 3 on the round, and Boosters is on literally 1.5 HP. And it's going to have to go up against 2 players here, one of them being the Smoke.
Very nice run out from the Legion there. Almost netting himself 3 kills. Getting 1 player down to very low HP, as I don't know if he got revived, and getting 2 kills for himself. Really opening up the aggression there for S7. Putting themselves in a very good position to win this round. Minute and 20 seconds left, and Diffuser in hand. Boosters has plenty of time to clutch this out. He does have a Twitch drone as well, so he can drone this out. On 1 hit of HP though, it is still not a very good situation, as 1 bolt from any gun will kill him. That's an easy kill for Sonar.
Doesn't even need
round number 10.
Doesn't even need him to do 1 HP. He'll hit him in the head. As he takes the dome clean off of the Twitch.
That's S7 now up 6-4, 1 round away from taking home this map and putting us onto the 3rd map, which will be Clubhouse.
Yes. Clubhouse.
It's like the back and forth was jinxed by me, so now it will no longer occur. Accidental knock pick. Possibly we should see a 6 pick, as it is of course against ESL rules, as Knock and Warden are under quarantine just as their testing period of 3 months. If it is decided by pros in the community and as a whole, it can be extended for longer before they finally figure out where their place really is in the meta, to prevent another line situation from occurring. which if you're new to the game and you don't know how Lion used to work, basically he activated a scanner, had a pretty short cooldown. Once activated, I believe it's for 5 seconds. If any defender moved, they would get highlighted in red, their whole body, so it would be much like a wall hack would show you. So basically it forced any player, any defenders, rather to stay still. Or pretty much be fragged off with an easy floor bang or wall bang. Get 3 of these scans, and that was really what caused the whole quarantine thing to become a thing in competitive play for ESL, just to make sure that a situation like that doesn't happen again with a different kind of operator. Going for a very aggressive run out here. That's Sonar almost getting a kill onto Twitch. Does manage to injure boosters, and Nosk finishing them off the Nitrocell after getting a kill for himself onto Kroll. So Thermite injured Twitch off the board, and already S7 is in a very good position to secure this map. Then 20 seconds, 30 seconds, getting 3 kills now as Throw gets a kill onto GMZ, leaving it all up to Lucas and Dexter in a 2 versus 5 situation. 2 minutes and 15 seconds. There's loads of time left. Dexter just barely missing the shots there, but won't miss the shots onto Throw. Goes for some more shots onto Mean, but just missing. Aiming a little bit too far right and missing. Throw funny in chat and playing another map, I suppose, as to Lucas.
Oh, how does Motive take it? Unfortunate.
Motive stealing
they
that
both have the
kill
punch hole.
from Sonar.
Oh, great.
Very
Second
long
map.
angle there. Going to a third map now, as that is S7 getting a 7-4. So I was correct about the 7-4. I was just incorrect about which team would be 7 for the other one. Not about to wait 15 protesting. Oh,
No, we're not. There's no one protesting right now. If you protest, I'm ending it. Ending your life. Looks like the Thatcher will be the first ban off of the board. Sorry, you guys can't see this right now. I'm just trying to open up my overlay here.
I'd expect this ban to probably be
Well, that's
a
gonna make this
Hibana or
match
Thermite,
even longer with the Thatcher.
or maybe even a Maverick. One of those 3. Montang, never mind. Okay. Montang is also good on this map, in particular for pushing Dirt Tunnel, which is a really highly contested area. I'm expecting this to be most likely a Murat or Mute ban, as Thatcher has been banned, but nope, it's a Cade. That makes the Dirt Tunnel open to be able to be completely closed off by the defense. As you know, as if you didn't know, you can use a shield, put it in front of the drone hole, put some ADSs down, and mute jammers. They stop any Twitch drones from coming in, any grenades, and stop any breaching of that wall unless you use a Maverick, which most likely will be played.
Alright, well, I'm hoping for a 7-0 on this match.
Aren't we all?
By either team. I don't really care who wins, as long as one of them 7-0s the other. But
Okay, at this point, I hope that 7 Spades wins, because it doesn't matter who wins, it's gonna be over. Last map, I was hoping Red Wolf would win, even though I like 7 Spades, just because it needs to end. It's time to stop. At least we're not gonna be going to triple OT, maybe only double.
if this map goes 8-7 as well, I'm gonna change this as well. I can show maps.
Need to change what matches you cast. Start casting like round of 256.
Fuck that. No way. What was that? That was last map was 8-7. S7, right? Right. That last map was 8-7 S7, right?
Attackers are moving out to locate
No,
a
the
bomb
last
diffuser.
map was 7-4 S7. The one before that was 8-7 Red Wolf.
It was 7-4.
Yes. You just putting the results into
Initiating jammer.
Yeah.
the ESL machine.
No, I'm putting it in the bomb chat.
Located by attackers.
That way I know that that way people know what the scores were. They don't have to ask in the chat. So Dexter is trying to go for those pre-fires under the CC window. Will not be successful. As Motive looks like he's trying to Maverick open the main wall, but having a little bit of difficulty with those bandit batteries as he had taken a decent amount of damage. But it looks like he was able to get one as ooh some chicken subs. So cute. Thank you, sir, for the 2 chicken subs. You guys enjoy this.
bomb has been located.
I'll be using the chat. I don't even know that, but it's been quiet. It's my only mod, I think, right now. It does look like it's gonna be aggressive pushing the side. His throw is just gonna hop right in and get gunned down by the smoke or the mute of GMZ and finish off by Dexter. So an excellent peek there by the defense, as it looks like there will be Jaegers going to be spotted out in the bottom, but will he be taken advantage of, as it looks like the Maverick will eat a lot more damage and he will give out onto Boosters. Boosters playing his angles very well on the bottom of the garage.
Boosters here looking like he's gonna go for an aggressive peek, but he actually falls down the ladder instead. Oscar with the kill on the Dexter though will even up the man count at 4 versus 4. Health advantages in favor of the defenders. These 2 operators are on very low health, one on no health now. This Kroll gets a nice pre-placed C4 below. Make kill on the Sonar before Bean gets a refrag. Now Oscar has made his way into sight. He's looking for some kills right now. Does have Diffuser in hand and will go for the plant. He's going to need to watch his cross, but the Nitrous Cell out from the Mozzie will just barely miss, but the shots from GMZ will not. Snosk falls, the Diffuser is now on the floor, leaving it all up to Motive and Mean in a 2 versus 3 situation. Both on decently low HP, they're going to have a pretty hard time clutching this. Mean starts it off with a kill on the Kroll, but will lose the most of his remaining HP. Now on about 25 HP, where Motive is on about 10 or 15.
Yeah, and they're gonna have to vault through the same window here with the crossfire is being held. Should be easy for GMZ to gun down both of these attackers. Will finds one, goes for the shots through the wall, but is gonna wait for the vault through to come. Mean does hit one shot, but it's GMZ with the shotgun. Doesn't need to do much on so low HP with Mean.
Very nice round there from the defense of Red Wolf. Still a little bit more banter in the chat between teams.
Wow, bro.
Still good to see that they're in good spirits, even though this match has been a pretty long one at that. Taking a look at operator picks, looks like they have pretty much remained the same for both teams, besides the fact that I believe they switched the mute and echo for something else.
Another gifted sub by Silky.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many
Silky,
bombs as they can.
Silky, you're the goat. I just want to let you know that. 3 gifted subs. Baptiste complained about it and you got one. So you better thank Silky for that. I'm silent now? Like what's going on here? There's no way I'm quiet.
ATS up and running.
Silky kill.
10
There's
seconds to
not
go.
music playing. I have no music. There was music playing earlier, yeah. It might
5
be like...
seconds left.
What is playing right now?
I don't know.
There's no music playing. Alright, so I don't know why you're complaining to me, Golden Falcon. Like I'm able to do anything about this. Not like it's my stream or anything. Anyway, they're gonna be bringing the Ying this time, which is honestly kind of interesting. You don't normally see Ying played nowadays, so it's kind of a rare occurrence when there is one played. So we'll be seeing the clear
Ying
strip as well. Yeah, go ahead.
Ying is banned. Not a whole lot, but after the change where when you hold the candelas, it goes the other way around. Rather than holding the candela to have the timer go longer, you hold it so then it goes for a shorter timer. So you hold it for 3 seconds, it has the shortest amount of time before it actually detonates. That was a balancing change, as of course there was many players complaining that she was just too strong, where you throw into candelas into a room and it was impossible to look away. Speaking of which, Nosk will push down the main stairs, GMZ pushing up the shotgun trying to go for that kill, and will take down Nosk to about 55 HP, but will not manage to be able to secure the kill, lose his life in the process. Nosk going for some pre-fires onto the player inside of Moto. Hatch is not open, so will not be able to force that player out until it is
Attackers have
open.
located a bomb.
Meanwhile, Maverick inside the kitchen, that is Motive trying to open the hatch. It is almost completely open, but Kroll is contesting this, slowing Motive down a little bit, forcing him. Actually, he is completely out of Maverick charges, so it doesn't look like he'll be able to fully open up that hatch. I believe he did use it on Dirt Tunnel, unless a thermite charge was expended to do so instead. Does look like an extra thermic charge was used to open that. Not sure what Maverick wasted his blowtorch on, though. Meanwhile, Throw will be getting
A bomb has
a
been
kill
located.
on 2 boosters before Sonar adds to the Carnage, beginning a kill on a Crawl. Lucas will get a refrag though onto him, leaving us in a 2 versus 4 situation in favor of 7 Spades. Throw gets a 3rd kill for himself onto Lucas. He's looking for a 4K here in the round. This all left up to the Dexter on 38 HP in the back of Church. Now on about 5 as Throw gets a nice 4K to clean up the round. That's a 7 winning round. Number 2 now tying us up 1-1 on Clubhouse.
I honestly think it's you, Falcon. I don't know why my audio gets quiet. Are you in my stream anymore?
Hmm?
Are you in my stream?
Yes.
Are you listening to it? Like, is this? Can you confirm?
I have it muted right now.
Will you turn it on and just let me know what you like, if it sounds okay? Golden Falcon, it's the sub
Yep.
music.
I'm gonna mute my mic real fast so it doesn't echo.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
Are you talking about Red Wolf, Drexity? It might also just because
It's fine
I might
for
be
me.
because I'm moving away. Whenever I move away from my mic, it gets quieter. I'm not talking very loud because I'm tired as fuck.
EDS up and running. Throwing jammer.
10 seconds left before insertion.
It's fine. I was just listening to it and I see totally
5
fine.
seconds to go.
If you type exclamation mark delay in chat,
Attackers
it's
are
a
moving out to
delay.
locate a bomb.
ESL rules.
Yeah, just in case anybody is stream sniping, just so nobody can really
Oh, yeah,
complain.
no one can stream
about
snap
that.
me, bro. Only thing you can get is camera locations.
Reloading.
Yep.
Booster is gonna be playing aggressively downstairs, and so it looks like he could possibly get the punch hole onto the dirt tunnel and maybe take out Nosk if he's able to find the angle. Nosk is gonna give it to him, but It doesn't even look like anybody's gonna ban a trick. It's actually it's gonna be a mute trick here. The Thatcher is banned out, so could possibly be
Located a bomb.
very strong with these mute jammers, but it looks like they will be able to open up the castle with the Ibanas, so one mute jammer there, and looks like some lesion traps will go out, so they'll be able to find this mute jammer fairly easy here with the upside down rappel, and that's gonna allow Motive to open up the main wall. Actually, it looks like Sonar's gonna open that wall up. So no peeks coming out from boosters, as some shots get exchanged through that jacuzzi wall. Kroll trying to find an angle here, holding it fairly aggressively onto that main rappel.
Kroll trying to go here for a peek. He just barely is missing the player who's repelling on that balcony. I believe that is the Ying of Nosk. Meanwhile, Throw will manage to get 2 kills for himself on a booster, and Dexter. Very nice kills from him there. C4 will trade out from GMZ. Will manage to take down Motive. That is your hard breacher off the board, but you still have the Thermite available, who has opened up Jacuzzi Vault, so not a huge issue. Still have lost a body, but again, you still have the 1-man advantage, and of course the health advantage, as Krull is only on about 60 HP. Nosk here looking to throw some Candelos into the bathroom. Do so. Candelo's going out, but Krull with the aggressive peek in the hallway will manage to take down Nosk. Mean will get the immediate refrag and get a second kill onto Lucas. Moving it all up to GMZ in a 1 versus 3, 1 versus 2 now as he takes down Sonar, but it's immediately refragged by Mean. Nice 3K there on the round from him. Very nice round from Mean and Throw, both of them picking up all of the kills of the round. Pretty much they've been the top 2 fraggers for the past 4 maps.
Yeah, they've been
Well,
the top
4.
fraggers here. Yeah, you're right. And I mean, that was a big kill to get them off. And that's the first round for Red Wolf. And it comes on an offsite, which is kind of weird that the one. Or wait, okay, which is I mean, I guess it's weird. Who won that? I'm actually really confused, but I'm just
Attackers need to locate
I'm
and
just gonna
defuse
forget about
bombs.
it. 'Cause I honestly don't know what I was talking about. Cause they were up 2-0. S7 was up 2-0, right?
No, they
It was
lost
1-1?
the first round. No. They lost a CCTV cash room to Red Wolf, and then they won basement, and then bedroom.
I don't have any of those
This is
commands set up, Golden. I need to get those set up. I don't have a mod in my chat. I don't even think Robbie is here. I think Robbie's just in chat. I need to get that fixed.
10 seconds to insertion.
Device activated.
5 seconds to insertion.
I'll try to sit closer, Factor.
Yeah.
Device like ADS.
Attackers
You
objective.
can look at our operator picks. Not a whole lot has really changed for either side.
I have a Blue Yeti.
Looking at the site, though.
I can't change it right now, but I have a Blue Yeti. Oh my god. But yeah, you're gonna
late.
change the site and go back to, like you said, CCTV and cache.
CCTV and cache.
The attacker's bomb diffuser has been dropped.
No denial here. At least Boosters isn't going to be even attempting to deny this wall, so that makes it easy for Sonar to open this up and start to drone out, as he might be able to spot out a few Echo drones as well if he's looking for them. But, I mean, IQ will also be able to find those cameras, so it shouldn't be too... They shouldn't last for too long. Just spot that Echo drone out as well as the Valkyrie cam, but it will be a wide peek from GMZ. He takes down Throw. That's going to be the Ash off the board. I thought it was a big pick, as he's been the one fragging out mostly here for S7. So it should be...
Just realized
Yeah?
Echo isn't banned. Echo isn't banned.
No, and as we say that, it's going to be Kroll. Finds a nice shot there on the Sonar, just trying to peek that main wall. And this looks like this is going to be a round for Red Wolf, if, as long as they don't throw it, but it doesn't look like so far they will be, as Boosters picks up another kill for the round. And still repels coming out from the outside, as Nosk is holding the tight angle on that repel.
On a 2 versus 5, they have a minute and 15 seconds left. With that diffuser in hand, there isn't a whole lot they can really do, as there's just so many bodies that they really have to contend with. Both of them are kind of doing their own solo pushes. Nosk has so many angles that he really has to worry about runouts and all. Echo has spotted, Kroll has spotted Mean on the Echo drone and will go for the easy peek as he has his back turned towards him. Boosters goes for an aggressive peek on a Nosk, but misses the shots and will get punished as so. Nosk with a second kill onto Kroll, but the run out from Dexter will end up getting the kill. Finally, only took 3 people, but ended up in a round win for Red Wolf, now tying us up 2-2 on Clubhouse.
Yay.
Yay, we're going to max OT.
We're definitely going to max OT, man. This is just back and forth from both teams. Nobody can really get ahead here, as will be Gym Bedroom now from Red Wolves.
Interesting that they won't try the basement defense. I suppose since Cade is banned, kind of makes things a little bit more difficult to really defend the downstairs, but Thatcher is banned, so you can mute jammer the armory hatch, and I'm pretty sure there is a
Attackers
spot
need
that
to
you can
locate
place the
and
mute
defuse
jammer
as
where
many
you can
bombs as
also
they can.
jam the church hatch as well. You put it like on top of the boxes, so curious as to why they don't try to do that instead. Take a look at operator picks. They have a castle as per usual on a gym bedroom fold. Those castle barricades are really useful for cutting off long sight lines that the attackers could otherwise freely take. Makes it so they have to utilize a little bit of utility, or if they don't have any real destruction to be able to destroy those castle barricades, then it can waste a lot of time in terms of having them to either A, melee them down, or B, just completely ignore them and accept the fact that they're just in that position.
Nice Valkyrie
It's like-
fan there by Lucas outside.
Looks like it's just on the wall of strip club there, so it should be able to get a pretty good view on any players peeking either windows into either of the sites. Particularly the site window into gym is really the one that we want to be looking for.
A bomb has been located.
Yeah, and
Awesome.
they're going to spot these pushes coming out from Motive and Nosk onto this main balcony, so they could possibly see a run out here, or even someone just punching the main door, as it looks like Motive is going to be opening up that main castle barricade and going to be denying that trick early on here, as Dexter will be going for that early run out onto throw. So a very aggressive play will net him a kill, and he'll make his way out of it with full HP. So an excellent risk for him, as Cole is going to catch them, try to jump in it, but it's Nosk and Sonar who just rush into sight and pick off 2. They've got full control of Jim, and with the Twitch playing close on the ground here, is going to be able to deny anybody trying to rotate in through bedroom, as the plant will go down successfully from Sonar. So a 3v3 post-plant situation, and it looks like Booster's just waiting for the jump out on of Jim, but again, Dexter, yeah, it looks like he knows that there's somebody playing inside of the corner. Yeah, he knows it's the Twitch playing here, and it's definitely not going to look like an easy retake here from the defense, but some shots going to get fired onto the Twitches. This might be Boosters who finds the kill. Yes, he does, but doesn't know one's bathroom. It's going to be the Valkyrie to try to find this kill next, as he's going to go for the one under the Thermite, leaving it all up to the IQ out on the main wall. He's got 2 he's going to have to gun down with. He gets 1, but the diffuser is getting stuck by the Valkyrie, but it's Mean to clean it up, as the Valkyrie was on such little HP. A nice round there by S7 to regain the lead.
A great round indeed. A very good job from Mean there in particular in getting that 1v3 clutch at the end there. And to be totally honest, it shouldn't have gotten down to 1 versus 3 when we were at even man count in a site retake. About half the diffuser had been expended, and then 2 very quick kills came out and ultimately put Mean in that 1 versus 3. Fortunately, he was able to hit his shots, and the fact that his position was really unknown to the defenders, it was a pretty easy clutch for him.
Yeah, definitely an easy clutch for the IQ, especially with the diffuser down post plant. Makes it that whole situation that much
Attackers
easier.
need to locate and defuse bombs.
Exactly. moving into round number 6. Moving around number 6 though, this is the last defense round for Red Wolf. They will be unable to go down to Marie and Church as their last defensive round. Interestingly enough, they are not bringing the mute to deny any of the hatches, which is kind of curious, as in Armory you can hop on top of the boxes right next to the bomb, and then you can hop on top of the kind of Armory locker, and then put the mute jammer on top of that, and you can jam the kitchen hatch. That you're being banned, of course, will kind of prevent anybody from getting that hatch open without use of a Maverick or a buck with grenades from above. We're just having a little bit of a man in the garage through realizing that it's clear and just bucking his way in very quickly. Does look like Kroll is actually inside of blue though, so if he does choose to try to push into blue stairs, is going to need to contest him, but it does look like he has rotated out. Dexter has rotated in, and so has GMZ playing behind
The rack.
AC unit, I suppose, or
it's an AC. That's an AC unit if I've ever seen one.
I don't know what it
I
is.
don't know if it's an AC unit or
something.
not, but it's definitely big and
Generator.
metal, a generator, whatever the hell it is. It doesn't really matter, as looks like this is going to be a pinch out trying to come out onto this Jaeger now, as that's going to be a nice shot there for Mean to get the early pick on this round. He'll rotate out of the oil pit as well, so possibly going to be able to get this hatch open, but no, not enough pellets will go off, and hopefully these last set is going to be enough to get it, as there's no infector coming out from the bowl, so the main hatch of the kitchen will be opened up, but not without wasting a lot of utility here. Did they use one on dirt? Yeah, so it looks like they used one exothermic on dirt, and they tried to use it on the kitchen hatch, but it'll end up taking the one thermite charge and the 2 sets of Habana. So Motive having no more Habanas left, no one's going to be able to open up this kitchen or this church as well.
Is church hatch open? Did Hibana open it?
Yes.
Okay, it is. Okay. So the hatch is open, but it's still going to be a pretty difficult push. Bro getting a nice grenade kill on a roll before Mean gets the second kill for himself on a boosters. Being all up to Lucas and GMZ in a 2 versus 5. These players, Lucas has been very clutch in the past, but he won't be now. Sonar eliminates him, and Motive eliminates GMZ. Round number 6, a flawless round for S7, now putting them up 5-3. 2. That's the last round of S7's attack, at least for this half of the match. The rest of this map, unless we go to overtime. So now they will be switching onto the defense. Looks like their primary site they will be opting to go to is CCTV and cash room. Very surprising, as that is most teams' primary bomb site. Just after Clubhouse was reworked, which in my opinion is the best reworked map yet out of all the other ones that have been reworked.
This and Cafe is definitely the 2 best redone maps. I really like the new Cafe.
I don't like Cafe.
You don't like it?
I didn't like old Cafe. I don't like new Cafe.
New Cafe is decent. It's kind of interesting. I kind of like it. I like the angles that you can play, and I like the mirror strats that you can set up.
I think it's better. It's definitely better than old Cafe, but I still don't. I just don't like Cafe as a map. Just like the general layout is just like it. But anyways, ever since the map rework so long ago, that connector being added, and of course the blue stairs being added with strip club and that new bathroom right next to pool table also kind of being redone, makes roaming actually viable on this map. As previously there was only really one staircase that you could ever rotate up to for this one bomb site. Of course, the addition of the construction connector, it made this site infinitely more playable and just good in general. and because that is when most teams per bomb site. Dexter with a good kill onto Motive. Motive getting a little too aggressive there, getting picked off the first 30 seconds. Throws there to get a refrag on your boosters. You lost your dock for your the Zofia. Just a little bit of banter there between teams still going on.
Yeah, Throws and Booster have a little bit of beef, as Throws is apparently bald, and Booster's been calling him bald all game. It's going to be another good night by Nos. Takes out GMZ, and he's going to go for the run out as well here. Won't be able to take out the Claymore. Yes, he will, and he will be able to take out the Thermite, so that's the hard breacher off the board. Still have the Maverick on a table, as he could possibly open up this main wall here, but they're both going for this downed kill, and only Dexter to finally finish that off, as they're going to still hold on to the top garage. So it's looking as though it's another round for S7, which, I mean, is good if you're trying to go to sleep, but bad if you are a fan of the Red Wolves. So it will be another kill for Dexter, though. He evens the man count, but takes a lot of damage because of it. So the smoke canister is going to be able to do a lot more damage than they would have if he was on full health. It takes probably only like 1 or 2 puffs of that smoke, and he will at least get down.
Advantage definitely in favor of the defenders, even though the attackers have plenty of time to make this work. Just the amount of denial that the defenders have in their hands in terms of the 2 smoke grenades even impacts in the Nitro Cell and the Bandit, as well as the health advantage, and of course being on defense, all they have to do is run down the clock. It's going to be a simple barrage push and a very nice shot from Green there onto Dexter, being so low on HP, but it doesn't even matter as he hits the headshot, leaving it all up to Lucas in 1 versus 2. 40 seconds left. He's proven to be a clutch player, but with Nitro Cell in hand, Snow and ours for this easy kill. So Nitro Cell away, pulls out his gun, and Lucas rather, peeking the window. Sonar just playing passive, waiting for the push. Lucas barely seeing the bandit, goes for the pre-fire, but misses the shots. Sonar doesn't. That's S7 winning round number 7, now up 5-2. Only 2 defensive rounds away from cleaning this matchup as a 2-1. Very good round from S7 there, getting those early picks. The doc did go for the run out. That was Motive who did get picked off, but ultimately 3 refrags actually did come out in very quick succession after Motive did die. It did ultimately get equalized to a 2v2, but at the end of the day, S7 did come out on top. Whether it was a close round or not in there doesn't really matter, as the outcome stayed the same. Taking a look at the site here, though, we'll have S7 going to Church and Arsenal. This is, again, most teams' secondary bomb site. This used to be the primary bomb site for most all teams in the past meta before clubs houses. We were also long ago. Roaming used to not, again, be viable on this site, and this is one of the few sites where you can fit all 5 players on the bottom comfortably and not be stacked up on one another. You can have 1 player in Armory, Dirt Tunnel, Blue, and 2 in Church, and or maybe even 1 in Moto and 1 in Church. All depends on how you want to spread your players out. It really depends on your team, your setup, your strat, whatever. Of course, that 5-man on the bottom floor is still very much viable, but so is roaming.
A lot of teams have been keeping away from that, though. The roam game on this map, even so, with the fact that they added that connector up top, it's still a very heavy site for turtle stratting, and it looks like that's going to be what's happening here from S7. Is they're going to be trying to hold on to the site from within and not from on that roam. But, oh god, excuse me.
Even though
you can still have a late roam game as well with that extra staircase. You can rotate up blue or up the main stairs even if you get lucky.
Previously, all you had to do was put a claymore on the backside of the ladder, but you had to waste a Nitro Cell pack grenade in order to rotate out, and it cut off a lot of rotation. GMZ will manage to kill through the church hatch, though, I believe, to the Mute, who's playing pretty aggressively in there, and it does look like we're having 3 players stack up on main stairs as Dexter gets a kill on the throw, throwing again, getting a little bit too aggressive, peeking the main stairs and losing his life because of it. We now have Red Wolf Esports up in a 5 versus 3 situation with still half the round left and plenty of utility to make the site execute happen, along with plenty of avenues to make this push work. This is looking like a pretty good round for them. S7 is going to need to pull off a miracle, even more so as Nosk gets injured. He has managed to pick himself up with that dock, but GMZ picks off another kill onto Sonar. Mean still trying to impact trick the church wall, but not even knowing that they're inside of the site with him. Booster's taking out GMZ before Nosk picks up 1 kill onto him and then gets an injure onto another player. It's all up to Nosk in a 1 versus 3 technical, but on so low HP, it's an easy kill for Lucas. A little bit of potato aim there, but the repeat, he manages to finish him off, now putting them down 3-5.
Yeah, definitely a little bit of a comeback, but yeah, the 360 kind of made up for it. Damn, I'm tired.
I am too. I think everybody in this match is.
Everyone just wants everyone to go to bed.
Well, we're gonna be pretty close doing so, even if we go to overtime,
Defenders, protect
which
your bombs from being defused by attackers.
it's looking pretty unlikely. Just the way that S7 has been playing, at least so far, they've been pretty dominant on this map, taking their first real lead in this matchup as a whole, really, besides in the previous map. They did, of course, you know, get the lead ultimately at 6-4, but it was kind of like later in. They were at 5-4, and then they managed to get their lead. This one's a little bit more
10
decisive
seconds
currently.
left. 5 seconds to insertion.
Anyways, moving into round number 9, though, this round will ultimately decide if S7 will go on to match point, or if we will have to go to 5-4 and then possibly have Red fight back and manage to either outright win it or bring us to overtime for a second map. Taking a look at just where people are positioned, does look like GMZ has opened up much very quickly and efficiently. The Maverick and Thermite, all 3 hard breachers, are available, as none of them, of course, have been banned. Plenty of utility to open up all 3 hatches and the dirt tunnel, which is pretty odd, especially on Clubhouse, where you usually need to get rid of one of the hard breachers.
Normally you'll see at least one of the hard breachers banned on Clubhouse, but in this case, deciding to go Thatcher ban, right? Thatcher ban, and the Montaigne ban, I believe. So definitely 2 interesting bans. Like, not normally you'll see those on. I think Thatcher ban is kind of accurate with Clubhouse, but
Attackers have located
letting the
a bomb.
Maverick especially make it through is an interesting. Notable will make the first kill happen onto Booster. Playing prone is gonna get domed by Dexter as the camera is still up. As it might have been a flank up the garage ladder as Sonar takes out what's his face, Lucas, on the Jackal, and will rotate his way into stock. Kid Kroll will find one on the throw inside of dirt, but again, with this dock sitting inside of the stock right here, he's gonna make his way into kitchen hallway. He's gonna have a nice angle onto anybody rotating the bar.
Sonar could get this kill onto the Thermite, whether he knows it or not, catch Kroll off guard. Meanwhile, Nosk will aggress onto the Moto hatch and will get a shotgun kill onto Dexter, leaving it a 3 versus 2 in favor
Bomb
of
located by
defense of
attackers.
S7. Sonar is going to rotate towards a bar and will manage to get the kill onto GMZ. The remaining attacker has pushed into Armory, but it's an easy cleanup for Mean. That's S7 winning round number 9, now being up 6-4. one round away from taking home this map as a 7,
3.
rather 6-3.
Yeah. You fucked that
One
up.
round away from. Yeah, it's late.
It's late, bro.
Okay.
That's bullshit. That's a bullshit excuse. It's late for me. You don't hear me fucking shit up like that. I'm joking. It looked like we were almost gonna see a Tachanka from Sonar, but he will switch off of that.
Not quite. It's always a tease.
Or will he 6-pick back to the? Oh, let's go. The Tachanka 6-pick. Oh wait, come on now. You gotta stick that. There we go. Oh, I can't hear anything right now. What's going on?
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
Hold on, I can't hear you. Hello? Oh, now my desktop audio isn't working. Hello? Say something real quick? Why isn't this working, bro? What's happening? Oh, yeah?
Yeah, like it sounded like you were talking
we
to
go.
like a phone
Wait.
mic.
Wait. I gotta change that back. That's not right. There we go. Speaker quick? Why isn't it my audio being picked up? Talk again?
Hello.
There we go. Right now, so. It will be cash and CCTV here for SM. Where's the Tachanka?
Clear.
Oh no.
There he
Oh,
is.
is he gonna find a kill here?
In bar window. He might possibly find a kill on some Cubana. He goes for the jump out. He just sees the IQ. He gets the injury and he gets the finish. That's Sonar taking down boosters for the count. Possibly the first kill to the last round of this matchup to this matchup as a whole. Sonar now retreating back to his Tachanka tree. He goes for another peek onto the garage, just barely missing the shots on the player outside there.
Well, Sonar's a gunner, man. He take out the thermite charge and the IQ. I mean, this kid's the best. As I mean, that's a big kill and a lot of utility off the board. I mean, there's still the Habana, and the Habana's already opened up a lot of stuff on the garage, and still has a set of pellets left to play with. So, still a lot of utility here for the side of the attack, but with a man disadvantage like that and losing the IQ, I guess it's not that big of a deal since there's no echo or anything like the Valkyrie on the defense. But I mean, still to lose a player and a gun is always a big problem.
Well, looking at man count right now, it's at a 5 versus in favor of the defense of a 7. The minute 15 seconds left about. We do have diffuser in hand and the utility to make the site push happen, but that man advantage, they're going to need to actually pull something off rather than just brute force into set like they did previously. Sonar gets a second kill for himself before he gets killed at GMZ. It's a flurry of kills. And that's the end of this 3-map game. S7 take it 2-1. Finishing off this map 7-3. It's finally over.
It's finally over, so. The caster's curse is correct. Actually, no, there wasn't any caster's curse. They won. So, GG's from both teams. The Tachanka coming out last round almost had
The Tachanka is what won them that match. I'm saying it. It's the Tachanka. That's the only reason they won.
Yeah, that's the only reason they won the entire match. As yeah, that's gonna be it for us. So I'm going to bed immediately. I'm ending the stream. I'm gonna go ahead and host an Xbox stream. So if you're into that kind of stuff.